The following is a presentation of Lake TV Sports. This Lake TV Sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Eris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Picks. And now your Lake TV pregame show powered by Como Connect. Here's William Holtz and Dave Glendenning.
And good evening, folks, and welcome to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football from Kaiser, Missouri, home of the Osage Indians, and they are hosting the Eldon Mustangs in our final week of the regular season. Welcome, folks. I'm William Holtz, joined by my good man, Dave Glendenning, and although both teams kind of struggling, you kind of throw the records out when it comes to the Mustangs and the Indians.
Rivalry. That's all we have to say tonight. One word, rivalry between both of these teams, and it's going to – the records don't count anyway when these two teams play, so tonight's going to be a great game regardless.
And that is an understatement because when you talk about sports rivalries, the high school level, most teams have a rival. But this is to a whole new level. So far, as we've mentioned it before, a couple of years ago, you had some Twitter bashing. We even having tailgate parties, you know, Mustangs and Indians hanging from a noose. I mean, they really do dislike each other, which makes for a very, very exciting night of high school football. This is your pregame show powered by Como Connect. Coming up on tonight's pregame show, Dave, we'll talk with both Osage head coach Devin Johnson. We'll also talk with the Mustangs head man Chad Holt. We'll also spotlight a couple of players, that and so much more on tonight's pregame show powered by Como Connect. Dave, go ahead and send us a break.
And we'll be back after this.
Once upon a time, it was just me, Marge, and the internet.
But then came Manny and Marky, Margaret, Midge, Marcy.
Marcy, then Midge.
Oh, yes. And then Mikey, Miley, and finally, little Marie.
That's when we noticed things started to slow down.
You mean the internet?
Yeah, the internet started to slow down because we were all connecting devices.
I'm pregnant.
We need a faster internet.
Get up to 1 gig internet from Como Connect. Enough bandwidth to power all your family's devices. It doesn't get any better.
It's quick, it's easy, it's professional. Every time. There's no feeling in the world like a clean car. Quick Car's Unlimited Wash Club features unlimited washes for $22 a month. Plus, with every full-service oil change at Quick Car Lube and Tune, you'll get an interior clean for only $7. The Quick Car Unlimited Wash Club. Quick, easy, and professional. Every time. Now with expanded hours in Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Hard work gets the job done. Superior performance lets you do more. Crown Power proudly sells Kubota's full line of equipment, giving you everything you need to fit your lifestyle. Ready to take off? Drive Kubota's new UTV Sidekick. Engineered for work, geared for fun. This high-performance, quiet crossover utility vehicle will get you there faster with a perfectly smooth ride. Crown. Passion, power, performance. Serving you at 8 Missouri locations.
My father, Eris Pardalis, grew up in Greece. When he arrived here 50 years ago, he brought with him a taste of his childhood, a delicacy he would introduce to Missouri that brought joy to the taste buds of America. Pizza. Pizza so perfect, it could only have the Eris name. Eris's Pizza. We've been building communities around delicious food since 1961 and making friends for life.
And we're back, folks. Welcome to Lake TV's live high school football. Tonight's pregame show is powered by Como Connect. And Dave, we talked about it's the Eldon Mustangs, the Osage Indians. Of course, Indians celebrating senior night. It's always a bit emotional, maybe even bittersweet, because you love to get that last home game in, but you also realize it's probably the last time I'm ever going to be playing at my home field.
Yes, and I think I'm looking for one senior in particular on defense I like to watch tonight. It's James Hutchcraft for the Osage Indians. He's not our spotlight player of the game, but it's yet to be revealed, but he's someone to watch out for. He probably is going to come big tonight, I think, being his last home game.
Yeah, and he's a fan favorite here. They know him as Hutch. He's a hard hitter. He runs out of the backfield at times, but he's also a big-time playmaker on the defensive side of the ball. So good insight there from you, Dave. He is most likely going to have himself a whale of a ball game. But let's talk about the visiting Eldon Mustangs, Dave. A team under first-year coach Chad Holt. They get off to a lightning start, 3-0, and since then it's been tough sledding.
I think they might have lost the momentum that they had from last season. They carried on for the first 3 games, had some injuries, and I think the rest of their season's kind of been derailed since then.
Yeah, you talked about the injuries. Probably most important, quarterback Dawson Brandt missed a little over 3 games, and also Isaiah Parsons missed a game and a half. You know, he played one half a game, got injured, didn't play the second half, and missed the following week. Talk about your 2 most dynamic offensive ball carriers. You missed them. It's going to change the way you do things, and even though they've been healthy the last couple weeks, Eldon has struggled to really get back in the rhythm and find their identity. As I said, started 3-0, and since then they've lost 4 out of 5 games. They're sitting at 4-4 and in the cellar or close to it of the Tri-County Conference standings, and they're going to get an opportunity to bounce back tonight. But Dave, let's look at these Eldon Mustangs. Give me a couple key factors that they're going to have to do if they're going to get a win tonight.
One key factor in my book, it's stopping Dalton DePay. Quarterback, punt returner, defensive back, he does it all for the Indians, and he is the one guy you have to contain. They can't stop him, but they'll have to contain him tonight if they want to ensure a victory.
So you think, obviously, you want him to stop Dalton DePay, and I think that's very crucial. However, I think even more important for these Eldon Mustangs is control the point of attack. Both these teams love to run the football. You know, both of these teams, their identity is in running the football. Whoever controls that point of attack and also in the special teams is able not to give up any big plays is most likely going to get a W tonight. And, of course, you know, we've got to mention the turnovers. Both teams have to play clean because it's cold. It could be a little wet. The rain is starting to fall. So it's even more important that both teams are hold on to the football.
Yeah, so we've seen some quarterbacks center issues with Eldon throughout the season, you know, even when it was wet and even when it was dry. So we can look out for that tonight.
And actually, you know, Chad Holt, Eldon head coach, he mentioned that earlier when I got an opportunity to talk with him. He said, you know, we got to take care of the football. And that's not all he said. We'll actually roll that interview for you now.
Now joined by Eldon head coach Chad Holt. Coach, I know it's been a little bit of rough sledding, but an opportunity to get back on track when it matters most going into playoff next week.
Oh, absolutely. Week 9 game is kind of the tune-up for the districts when really the season starts from there, so you want to start playing your best ball this time of year.
I know Osage and Eldon a little bit more important. I know you play it down, but, man, I'll tell you what, this is one heated rivalry.
Yeah, it is, and the kids know that. The communities know that. We try to make it sure that focus on one game at a time, but it's really not when it comes to these two. Everybody gets up a little bit more for this game.
First year as a head coach, I know you've been part of this rivalry, but coming to Osage to end the year, how do you like your guys' chances tonight?
Oh, I love our chances, but I say that every week. We never want to bet against our own guys because I know the work they put in and they deserve to come out with a win, but both sides probably believe that. So.
Coach, good luck tonight. Hopefully we get to talk after the game.
Thanks a lot, William.
That's Eldon head coach Chad Holt.
Just in time for your national anthem. And as always, a wonderful rendition of our national anthem. And we'll get right back to the pregame show. We just got to hear from Eldon head coach Chad Holt, and he's got to be happy that he's going to have his quarterback back, Dawson Brandt. Dawson does it all. He runs the football, very big player on defense. But one player that's really busted onto the scene, especially in his absence and carried that over the last couple weeks, is tailback Logan Hall. He actually is listed as a wide receiver, but he's been getting a ton of carries. And Logan Hall is tonight's Spotlight Player of the Game, presented by Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria. And you're going to see why. In Isaiah's absence, obviously Isaiah Parsons missing a game and a half, he's put up huge numbers. He's listed as a wide receiver. We call him a running back because of the amount of carries he's been getting. He's got 660 yards. He's also got 15 catches, 257 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The leading receiver for Eldon, the second leading rusher behind Isaiah Parsons, and he's really only about 150 yards behind him. He's also got 2 fumble recoveries and 2 interceptions. And as you see, the Osage Indians make their way to the field. They're going to have to key in on Logan Hall because although everybody knows about Isaiah Parsons and they know about Dawson Brandt, this Logan Hall is a guy that I've been very, very impressed with this season.
Yeah, he's kind of like just burst on the scene the last few games, and he's stood out among all the runners from Eldon the last several games that we've seen him play. So he's a little bit of an exciting player to watch tonight, and look for him to get a lot of yards.
He will have an opportunity to. And these Eldon Mustangs, they are going to be eager to avenge a loss a week ago against the Versailles Tigers. Yeah, I said it. The Versailles Tigers, probably the hottest team in the Tri-County Conference, maybe behind Blair Oaks, really turning some heads. And Eldon was up on them 12-0 and then 18-6 before it was all Versailles. Of course, Kobe Williams, 265 yards, 6 touchdowns. But in that game, Logan Hall, 130 yards and a score. He also had 4 catches in the game. You notice they started with him out of the backfield in those swing passes. It'll be interesting to see if they don't go back to that in the early going against this team tonight.
And probably because if it's wet out there, we've seen Dawson Brandt have a little bit of footing issues in wet conditions. He likes those big cuts when he does those quarterback sweeps on the side, makes that big cut, and when it's wet, he can't get enough footing to really make his cut, and that's his go-to move when he's running the ball. So look for that again tonight.
All right, so we're going to take a break on tonight's pregame show powered by Como Connect. When we come back, we're going to talk with Osage head coach Devin Johnson. We're going to talk about Osage's most dynamic player on both sides of the ball, that and more. When we return on Lake TV after this.
John Kane with Eldon Furniture. It's October, and the colors of the season are in full swing. Now's the perfect time to bring those new styles and colors into your home. Eldon Furniture has an attractive selection of furniture, a variety of great patterns of flooring, cozy new bedding sets, and the perfect blinds by Hunter Douglas. We've been serving families for over 70 years, and we look forward to serving you. Follow us on Facebook, visit us online, or in our comfortable showroom in downtown Eldon.
If you can dream it, we can build it. Ozark Homes. Family owned and operated for more than 30 years, Ozark Homes has provided beautiful modular homes to the residents of Mid-Missouri. Don't just settle for what's out there. Get exactly what you want. We take your ideas with the features you've always wanted to create your dream home. Call us today for a tour of these great-looking homes. Visit us online at ozarkhomes.com to view some of the beautiful homes we've already got waiting for you.
And remember, if you can dream it, we can build it.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back.
Make your fantasy a reality this season at Big Surf Water Park. Rocket yourself down Zambezi Falls. Enjoy a relaxing ride down the Lazy River. Or grab a tube and head down our Whitewater Rapids. You're sure to find fun for the whole family this summer right at the Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a vacation within a vacation. Big Surf.
Get your tickets now at BigSurfWaterPark.com.
And we are back, boy, just after a Big Surf Water Park commercial, and with that breeze and that cool front moving in here the last couple weeks, a day at Big Surf sounds nice, but not in this weather.
No. Some people may like that, but not my cup of tea.
And not us. It's not polar plunge time. Not till February 23rd.
That's right. That's right.
That is.
Yeah, I don't like going to Big Surf when it's kind of chilly. I just like to get in the lake when it's freezing.
So,
anyway,
talking about the Osage Indians, Dave, of course, they bring back their dynamic head coach, Devin Johnson, and he's done a great job in his tenure at Osage, but this has been the biggest struggle he's had, and his team's lacked an identity. And to be honest, they've been a bit of a conundrum because we had them week 1 against Fulton. They were very impressive, and we're like, wow, this team could go far into this season. But since that opening win, Dave, they're just 1-6 over the last 7 games, and they are really struggling.
I think what happened was I think other teams realized to key in on Dalton Dupay. And they knew basically the blueprint to beat this team was to stop him. They stop Osage. So that's my guess, is other teams kind of caught up and figured out a way to stop Osage. And again, tonight we're going to see if the Eldon defense can stop them.
You know, and I got to talk with Coach Devin Johnson earlier, and of course he knows that Dalton Dupay is his best player and stuff. And I opened up, as you'll hear in a second, I said to him, you know, I know your record's not where you want it to be. He said, but we don't coach to win. He goes, we coach to raise up young men, and that's what they've done. And this team has all kinds of great athletes, but when you look at the stat sheet, it's been dismal. No disrespect to these young men, but we had no choice but to feature Dalton Dupay as your spotlight player. We'll get to that in a second, because no one has any numbers on this team offensively. Dalton Dupay leads them in rushing. Their leading receiver only has 15 catches through 8 games, meaning he's averaging less than 2 catches a game, and it's like, who's doing anything offensively? And your answer is really nobody, and that's why Osage has been struggling.
Their punter's doing a lot offensively, apparently.
That's also Dalton Dupay.
I know, see?
So,
he does it all, folks.
Without further ado, though, I did get an opportunity to chat with Coach Johnson earlier tonight. Now joined by Osage head coach Devin Johnson. And, Coach, I know the record doesn't look like you necessarily wanted to, but, boy, what an opportunity tonight to get back on track when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, we don't coach to win. I mean, obviously it's a perk to everything, but we coach to hopefully impact some lives that we get to be a part of every day. And this is a big game. I mean, it's a rivalry game. There's no one in the stands that's going to be wishy-washy on this one. You're either going to be for Osage or going to be for Eldon. And it makes a lot of fun. It's always electric on the field. And honestly, with district implementations, I mean, this would be good for us to get some momentum going into Week 10. We still feel like we can be very competitive in the district that we're set in. So it would be good for us to get some positive things tonight.
Coach, stay with the positive here. What's the thing that your team has done exceptionally well here recently?
We've handled adversity a ton. I mean, we've had a lot of injuries. Our backfield has changed a lot. Our defense has changed quite a bit, and our guys just continue to fight. Doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm very proud of our guys because every single Friday night they play until the final whistle, and that's all you can ask for your players.
At your tenure with Osage, you've seen these Eldon Mustangs a lot of time. I know you downplay the rivalry, but this one's a little extra special, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, and I've told this to a lot of people, William, is that I've been an Osage grad, so obviously this is where my heart is, but I've coached at 5 different schools besides Osage, and they all seem to have rivalries. None of them quite match this one. I mean, this is a lot of fun, and it's 8 miles apart. It really is a blast.
Coach, hey, good luck. Go get them. Hopefully we get to talk after the game.
Thank you.
That's Osage head coach Devin Johnson. Coach Johnson, always a joy to get to talk to, and he really loves this Osage program. As you heard him say, he's an Osage graduate. His blood runs through this place. He absolutely loves this program, and he's built it. But this team at 2-6, probably not what you had anticipated, but I bet he's confident tonight as you see the captains there meeting at the field, Dave. And you look at this rivalry, it goes way, way back. But let's just look at it over the last 11 years. These teams have met 14 times, 11 times in the regular season, 3 times in the district postseason. And you look at those 11 games, Osage has taken 8 of the last 11 in the regular season. However, in the playoffs, of the 3 games, Eldon has won both of those. Here's what's funny, as you see the record right there. Back in 2016, Osage murdered Eldon 32-6. 2 weeks later, Eldon came here into Osage and won 39-36 after getting destroyed by him. 32 points a couple weeks prior. Then you look all the way down to 2011. Osage won 48-8 in the regular season, also won 35-0 in the postseason. But there's another year, I see it right there, 2012. Osage won 47-20 in the regular season. A couple weeks later, Eldon ended up beating them in Osage 42-7. My point in telling you guys this is you throw out the records like we said when these two teams meet, because those 2 years that Osage clobbered Eldon in the regular season, a couple weeks later, totally different story, same teams are on the field. So when it comes to the Eldon Mustangs and Osage Indians, you throw those records out. Now we got to show our guy, Dalton DePay. He's tonight's featured spotlight player of the game for the Osage Indians, presented by Chevy's Pizzeria, and you're going to see why right here as we conclude our pregame show. Leads the team in rushing, leads the team in passing, and then he leads the team in tackles, 86 tackles. He's got 3 forced fumbles, 2 INTs, and a fumble recovery. So Dalton DePay is your Osage Indians team. So Eldon will receive the kickoff, fielded by Jacob Krantz at about the 25, and he gets through the first line of Indians guys, still on his feet. Impressive return as he makes his way up to the 44-yard line, and the Mustangs start with decent field position here.
Pretty familiar territory for this Mustang team. They usually win the field position advantage almost every game.
Be interesting to see. For those of you just joining us, that's been your pregame show powered by Como Connect in the Tri-County Conference most intense rivalry. It's the Eldon Mustangs and Osage Indians from Kaiser, Missouri. Here you're watching high school football on Lake TV as the Mustangs start early on the ground, as we figure we might see, and it's Parsons, and he gets a couple. Going to bring up second down. Dave, we expect to see a ton of running, but as I was talking about, last week Eldon really surprised us. They threw the ball on their first 3 offensive plays, and I think we might see them go back to that swing pass because it really had some success early against Versailles, and then they kind of went away from it.
It's more of a extended handoff, but yeah.
Another handoff, here he is, Logan Hall now, and he gets through the tackle, runs over a would-be tackler, and now he's inside Osage territory as they mark him down at the 39. So we're going to give him 15 yards on his first carry of the night, and he starts the night with a wonderful run, Dave.
Oh, yeah, he stuck his head down, knocked over a couple guys. No big deal.
So Eldon takes no time to work it into Osage territory. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Osage 39-yard line, just a minute into the ball game as Dalton Brandt back under center. The give is to the up man Parsons, and he's going to be hit and taken down after a couple.
Another game, same offense.
Yeah, we expected to see that. Versailles did a nice job limiting these guys a week ago, but Osage, a different defense, and Eldon feels like they can exploit this Indians defense on the ground, and, you know, their identity, it's out there. You know, everybody knows they're going to run the football. The question is, well, Osage, can you stop them? So 3 yards on the first down carry brings up 2nd down and 7. Ball's on the turf, and very wisely falling on it is Isaiah Parsons. Johnny on the spot, but they actually gain a half-yard, Dave, but that could have been a disastrous play for Coach Chad Holt's team.
Well, that's what we talked about in the pregame. You know, they've had issues, you know, handling the football.
So our first 3rd down of the evening sees Eldon facing 3rd and 6 from the Osage 35-yard line. Dawson Brandt, your quarterback. It's going to be a rollout as he fakes the handoff, trying to elude the first guy. He does. He's inside the 35, but taken down at the 33-yard line after a modest gain of 2.
What was interesting on that play was I watched it very closely. Instead of making that sharp cut like he usually does, he rounded off that run instead of cutting and going right upfield. And I think that might have something to do with the conditions out there.
So 4th down and 4 now, Dave, after the modest gain on 3rd down. Osage looking to get a stop and give it to their offense, but Eldon, they've got aspirations to score in their opening drive. Brandt under center. It's going to be a handoff to Logan Hall, who's trying to get outside. Little stutter step and a wonderful play, holding on for dear life and making the tackle. It's number 17 for the Osage Indians, Trevor Ralston.
Boy, and the Osage crowd's fired up, I'm telling you. Hopefully this will translate into some offense here.
That's exactly the start they needed. Logan Hall, if he would have been able to get outside, he had some room. But boy, Ralston went low, just held on for dear life. And I'll tell you, when you have Logan Hall one-armed in open space, that's not an easy play to make. First down to pay to Hutchcraft. We talked about him in the pregame, Dave, and he's got a first down carry on Osage's first offensive play of the night.
Yeah, looking good so far. And this crowd, I'm telling you, they've got some energy right now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Osage's crowd, we've been accustomed to seeing them be a little bit quiet as Hutchcraft now makes his way back to the sideline. Osage has it 1st and 10 at the 49. It's going to be an option, and that ball hits the ground. That's on the ground, still loose, and Eldon is going to recover. There is a flag in the secondary as Gavin Cadwallader recovers for the Mustangs, but there is a flag here at about the 43-yard line in the Eldon secondary, so we'll wait to see if it's going to be a hold or did an Eldon player get away with illegal contact. It's going to be holding against the offense, so the fumble will stand. And Eldon, after being held on downs, their defense comes up with a takeaway. And that's unfortunate because it was an errant pitch from Dalton to pay, but his ball carrier, who was going after the football, had a lot of opportunities to grab it, but he tried to reach down and pick it up, and you're always taught, fall on the football. What happened when he reached down to try to pick it up? Dave lost his footing, got turned around, and then ended up pushing the ball away from him, and Eldon gifted a brand new set of downs. Play action, we saw that on the last 3rd down. Brant lowers his head, and he's taken down as his counterpart, Dalton LePay, takes him down at the 37. We'll give him about 5 or 6 yards on 1st down for Brant. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And not only do the Eldon Mustangs have the ball back, but they basically took the steam out of the crowd here, which I think's big, in this game.
Yeah, Hutchcraft came into the game, Dave, with 29 carries, but he got that first carry, and for some reason we feel like he's going to have himself a game tonight. Parsons on 2nd down, got tripped up by a lineman, and he's going to have about 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and short now. But, boy, we talked about turnovers, and that was an inopportune time for Osage. Their defense just got a big stop, and, Eldon, they have great field position inside your own territory. But they got an opportunity here now. 3rd and short, 7:35 left in the first quarter of play. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football here on Lake TV. The Eldon Mustangs and Osage Indians both scuffling as of late, but both looking to get back on track. Headed into district playoff time as Parsons on 3rd and short as 1st down yardage as he works it inside the 31-yard line.
That was a tough run by Parsons.
Escobar with the stop for the Mustangs. Brings up 1st down and 10 now as Eldon breaks the huddle, and I always think with the Eldon offense, you rock them to sleep, and I wait for that play action, but fairly conservative. It's Logan Hall now, and he splits a couple of would-be tacklers before taken down by Ralston and Edwards for the Indians at about the 27-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Edwards, he makes a lot of plays for this defense for Osage.
Yeah, Drew Edwards, he certainly does. He came into the night's game with 64 tackles. He's blocked a kick, a tackle for a loss, and a forced fumble, so he is very active on that defensive side of the ball for the Indians, who are now faced with a Mustang offense approaching the Crown Power and Equipment red zone. The give, no, it's kept from quarterback Dawson Brand. He takes it outside. He's taken down by Edwards, but not before he's got another Mustang 1st down, as the Mustangs officially are inside the Crown Power and Equipment red zone. Your Case IH red zone alert has the Eldon Mustangs 1st and 10 at the Osage 18. Dave, you ready for the first pass of the game?
You calling it? This would be a good time for it.
Brant now to Parsons, who runs into a wall of Indians and has about 3 yards, going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, so far the Indians defense has, kept them in check. They haven't run any crazy 15, 20-yard gains on them so far, which Eldon's known for. They make those big plays. About every 20 plays, they break a big one.
Yeah, they're good for a handful each and every Friday night as Brant has it 2nd and 7. It's Parsons following his lead blockers and then upended by a handful of Indians. He makes his way down to the 11-yard line. That's going to bring up another 3rd and short for the Mustangs as Escobar in on the stop once again. Hutchcraft also in to assist on the tackle, and 3rd and 3 now for the Mustangs. They're 2 for 3 so far tonight on 3rd down conversions. Zach Wardenberg, your lone wide receiver, top of your screen. Brant gonna keep it. We've seen that play action, and DePay is playing with a vengeance tonight as he lays pretty punishing hit, but not before Brant has another Mustang 1st down, and now they've got it 1st and goal to go from the 6-yard line.
This is what this team is built for, this kind of situation. They excel in these goal-to-go situations. So I just expect them to run the ball up the middle.
First down, it's Parsons with the carry. He makes his way inside the 5. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal now. Very much so. 4:30 left now in the first period. Looking around the league, Dave, in our last week, Osage, they were at Blair Oaks last week, losing 59-7. Blair Oaks, they play host to the winless California Pintos. Versailles, they're at home against Hallsville as Brant's going to be upended. They try that play action rollout again, and he's going to be taken down for a big loss. First man there, number 81 for the Indians, Mason Etter. Going to bring up 3rd down and goal now from the 8-yard line.
That was a big play for the Osage defense.
Next week, we're not sure who they'll be playing, but the Versailles Tigers will host week 1 at Audrey J. Walton Sports Complex for the first time since 2010. We'll have all the action for you live on Lake TV, starting with the pregame show at 6:40. 3rd down now, Brant rolls out to his right.
Ooh, a pass.
And it is fumbled into the end zone, and it's recovered by the Indians. Are you kidding me? It was a completed pass. And they're going to say he was down before he fumbled the football, but looked like he was down when he caught it and then kind of went to reach over the plane, and the ball was fumbled. So it's at the 1-inch line, Dave, 4th and goal.
Here we go.
You do or you don't. Brant under center. The fumble on the ground is recovered by the Indians. Drew Edwards. Actually, Brant falls back on it, but all for none. The Indians come up big, take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
What a play, I tell you what. Fumble, fumble, fumble.
Yeah, there's been some exchange problems here in the early going between Dawson Brant and his center, and we've seen that so far this season. But Dave, first the 4th down stop. Now the 4th down goal to go stop. Unbelievable. Now it's on the Indian offense. You have to reward your defense for coming up big, and this offense is backed up deep inside their own end. No reason to get too cute here, Dave.
They got to watch out for safety here. They just want to get some positive yards.
Boy, talk about getting so close and just not being able to get in there. Boy, 4th and goal from the 1-inch line as we have a score update from Versailles as Hallsville at early 7-0 lead. So DePay, the carry, he's got a couple yards to give him some breathing room. He works it across the 5. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7 now.
I think very smart and safe call by Coach Johnson.
Yeah, give him a little breathing room. Once you get past that 5-yard line, you can get a little more creative. 2nd down now. Give on the misdirection. Nice tackling by the Mustangs. Boy, if that ball carrier gets past them, that's Mason Clark, the ball carrier, coming in as the 3rd leading rusher on this team with 230 yards coming in, but he averages over 6 yards a carry, so yards per carry, he's number 1 on the roster.
And Osage going hurry.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, it's Hutchcraft trying to get the 1st down. He's close, and I think he's got it, although my
Our vantage point's not very good from
not
here.
very good, and he's
Oh,
just shy. So fourth and super short as Charlie Mays made the tackle, just shy of an Osage Indian first down. So,
are you feeling lucky, Will? What do you do here?
well, they're bringing out their big package, and Dalton DePay's not even going to be on the field, so you know they're not punting the football.
Interesting.
And now we're going to have a timeout coming from the near sideline, and it's actually going to be an official timeout. They may want to measure this just to see if he's actually short of the first down. And I think, Dave, what Coach Devin Johnson was going to do is bring in the big package and just try to push it forward and maybe even get the Mustangs to jump offside. But I really like giving Dalton DePay, who's your most football-savvy player on your roster. He does your punting. He is your quarterback. Put him between a shotgun and a punt.
And there he goes out there right now.
And let him decide, do I have an opportunity to see enough green where I can get the first down? And if not, why not a soccer-style running kick?
So
just get it down there.
what you're saying is an RPO, a run-punt option.
Yes, or an RKO, a run-kick option. But yes, RPO, RKO. How about a TKO tomorrow?
That's right, Sam Shoemaker, baby.
Can't wait.
Hillbilly Hammer.
So fourth and short.
Whoa,
jumping
sky
over
high.
for the first down, Dalton DePay. So he's done it all, and now he jumps 18 feet over the pile and says hello to Jesus while he's up there in heaven and comes down with an Indian first down.
Woo!
Boy, he's athletic, isn't he? So what a gamble on 4th and inches inside your own 12. Roll the dice and it pays off. First down now. Dalton DePay, the read option. Sutherland was in motion, but DePay keeps it, and he's bottled up at the line of scrimmage by Wallader.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the gutsiest calls I've ever seen. With the field position, you know, first quarter of the game, scoreless. But this is a rivalry game.
2nd and 9 now, inside a minute to go. DePay with the carry. He's across the 20 now, up to the 22-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3. And it wouldn't surprise me. The initial call had Dalton DePay on the sideline. I think what Coach Johnson was saying, I want a measurement. That gave him an opportunity to look at Dalton DePay and said, you made a bad pitch, led to a turnover. I'm putting you back out there. Now go make up for it. And he sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coach Johnson is an accountability guy, and if you make a mistake, he's likely to give you an opportunity to make up for it. So how about the end around here? Little reverse as Hutchcraft came in motion, took the snap, and then handed it to Neiman, who is coming across, but we have a flag. Looks like it's going to go against the Indians. It's going to be a holding. That's going to back them up on what would have been a 4th and short. It's actually going to be a 3rd and long as they'll have to replay 3rd down.
Well, not the direction Osage wants to go at this point. Do you think that we're going to see the first pass from Osage?
Well, I would imagine on 3rd and 11, or actually 3rd and 15, Dave, they're going to have to spread it out and let Dalton DePay make a play.
Might be running it out for the second quarter, Will.
6 seconds left. They are approaching the line of scrimmage, but I don't think DePay sees the clock, and that's going to conclude tonight's first quarter with no score. It's all scoreless from Kaiser, the Osage Indians, and Eldon Mustangs during week 9 of week 9 of our coverage of live high school football. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
This Lake TV Sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford for Sales, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Eris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Pics.
Once upon a time, it was just me, Marge, and the internet.
But then came Manny and Marky, Margaret, Midge, Marcy.
Marcy, then Midge.
Oh, yes. And then Mikey, Miley, and finally, little Marie.
That's when we noticed things started to slow down.
You mean the internet?
Yeah, the internet started to slow down because we were all connecting devices.
I'm pregnant.
We need a faster internet.
Get up to 1 gig internet from Como Connect. Enough bandwidth to power all your family's devices. It doesn't get any better.
And we are back, folks, and story of the first quarter is defense. 2 takeaways from the Eldon defense, 2 fourth down stops from the Osage defense. We're all knotted up. Here's your first pass. It's going to be Trevor Ralston coming on the bubble screen. He's got some room, and it's a touchdown-saving tackle potentially as Isaiah Parsons takes him down to the 24, but it's a 13-yard pitch and catch on 3rd and 14.
It was also a first down saving tackle.
Yeah, just shy. And I bet Ralston had no idea Parsons was behind him. And that's going to be another 4th and short.
Hey, you go for it here, right? I mean, geez.
I mean, that's what I was going to ask, Dave. Is Coach Johnson willing to roll the dice twice? Yes, he is. Good lead blocking, and DePay has the first down. James Hutchcraft had a huge block on Isaiah Parsons on the other side. Nice. Parsons was split outside, was coming off the end. He had a full head of steam when he was ready to hit the ball carrier, but Hutchcraft took him off his feet, and because of that, Dalton DePay able to get first down yardage.
And he is a physical specimen.
Indeed. So 1st and 10 now, ball at the 29-yard line. 11-10 left in our second quarter. DePay under center, gives to his up man, and nothing doing. First man there for the Mustangs. Number 57, Caden Dillon. We call his name a handful of times a week ago, Dave.
Brings up a second down and 7.
Boy, but on their first passing attempt, looked like it had a lot of potential. They get 13 yards. Wouldn't be surprised to see DePay start to air it out a little bit, Dave. James Hutchcraft with a second down carry and nothing doing. And it's taken away.
What?
Isaiah Parsons took the football away from the ball carrier and out of nowhere shot out of a cannon. The third takeaway of the game for the Eldon Mustangs already.
Hey, do one of these offenses want the ball or not? Come on.
Apparently not. I'll tell you what, unreal.
Here, you take it. I don't want it.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, he has a nose for the football defensively. He has 3 forced fumbles coming into the game. That's his 4th of the season, and he also recovered it, Dave.
Wow.
Logan Hall on first down. Good tackling on the play. So 4-yarder for Logan Hall, going to bring up second down and 6. But boy, that was a peculiar play, Dave. Out of nowhere, I was like, why are they going after the defender? Well, that's because Parsons had the football. Speaking of Parsons, here's the carry, and he takes a couple of pretty tough hits, but keeps the legs churning. He's inside the 20-yard line.
Drew Edwards stuck his shoulder pads in there, made a nice play.
Did after a 4-yard gain for Parsons. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 as the Mustangs make it inside the Crown Power and Equipment red zone. Your Case IH red zone alert has the Eldon Mustangs 3rd down and 2 at the Osage 18-yard line. Brandt under center. No, fakes the handoff and runs it himself. He's got first down yardage down to the 13-yard line on a 5-yard carry, and the Mustangs 1st and 10 at the Osage 13-yard line.
Again, familiar territory. They're so used to being in the red zone.
And they've already been there tonight. Their first trip had it 1st and goal from the 8-yard line, had it 4th and goal from inside the 1, and failed to put any points on the board. And that's why we're still scoreless with 9 minutes to go in the first half. It's kind of a slow developing play as Parsons takes the first down carry down to the 11. We'll give him 3 yards, but that one looked kind of peculiar, Dave.
Yeah. And Tragan Wiggle was in on the tackle for the defense. I don't think we've mentioned his name yet tonight. Senior night.
Give our seniors some love with 8:30 now left. Watch for Wardenberg, top of your screen. It's going to be a boot. Brant going to call his own number, breaks the tackle and scores from 12 yards out. Dawson Brant to the house. And Dave, on the season, that's Dawson Brant's 5th touchdown run. He came in tonight averaging 6.8 yards a carry, and he was stopped inside the 10. And out of nowhere, we see him scamper into the end zone, and the Mustangs strike first.
Well, as they say, rumbling, stumbling, in for the touchdown.
So now to attempt the extra point, the holder is Parsons. The snap is down, it is up, and it is good. So with 8:20 left in the first half, we finally have some points on the board on the legs of one Dawson Brant. The Eldon Mustangs out in front over Osage, 7-0. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
My father, Eris Pardalis, grew up in Greece. When he arrived here 50 years ago, he brought with him a taste of his childhood, a delicacy he would introduce to Missouri that brought joy to the taste buds of America. Pizza. Pizza so perfect, it could only have the Eris name. Eris's Pizza. We've been building communities around delicious food since 1961 and making friends for life.
Make your fantasy a reality this season at Big Surf Water Park. Rocket yourself down Zambezi Falls. Enjoy a relaxing ride down the lazy river. Or grab a tube and head down our whitewater rapids. You're sure to find fun for the whole family this summer right at the Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a vacation within a vacation. Big Surf.
Get your tickets now at BigSurfWaterPark.com.
Back here on live high school football on Lake TV. It is Eldon striking first, but took him a little bit. It's a high end-over-end kick, and we have got a whistle and a flag. This one's going to have to be re-kicked one way or another because it was blown dead before it ever went out of bounds. So we'll pick up the flag and go again. We do have an update, Dave, from the Versailles Tigers game. Looked like they tied it up at 7, but we do have another score update.
Yeah, it's 14-7, Hallsville over Versailles.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, this is right.
Of course, all of our Versailles viewers probably getting pumped for tomorrow night's big bare knuckle heavyweight title fight where their very own Sam Shoemaker toes the line against one Arnold Adams in the first ever bare knuckle heavyweight championship fight on American soil. History will be made.
And who's going to be there?
Kwanzi with the kickoff, fielded inside the 20. Good return here for the Indians across the 40. And there should be a late hit as well by Kwanzi, but on the return for the Indians, it's number 13, Jack Dooley with the return, and Osage now with excellent starting field position at the 43. And Dave, to answer your question, I will be reporting live from the Mississippi Coast Coliseum and Convention Center from Biloxi, Mississippi. Just a short 12-hour drive. Brennan and I leaving tonight. Should be a good one. Of course, stay tuned for exclusive behind-the-scenes fight coverage and exclusive pre- and post-fight interviews all night long, only on Lake TV's Facebook page. And we're also producing an exclusive feature called A Rise to the Top, the Sam Shoemaker story, and that one will be published the first week in November. So lots going on this weekend, as it was DePay with the first down carry of 4 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 now. But boy, we're ready for that fight, aren't we, Dave?
Oh, yeah, very ready.
Inside give goes to Hutch. James Hutchcraft keeps the legs churning, has about 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and short as he takes it into Eldon territory down to the 48-yard line.
I know I've spent some time with Sam, and not as much as you have, but he's a great guy and not a better guy that you want to root for.
Right. Yeah, and of course you probably saw the feature piece that Vice did on Bare Knuckle FC, and their founder David Feldman. That was pretty well done, wasn't it?
Yeah, had some great shots in that piece.
A lot of Andrew Evans shots made it into that piece.
And there was a shot right there.
Yeah, Dalton DePay took an absolute bone-rattling hit from Dawson Brandt, his counterpart.
Quarterback to quarterback, man.
However, he has 2 yards and a big Indian first down with 7 minutes left.
I think that was payback for a hit that he got earlier in the game.
Both of these quarterbacks are very, very hard-nosed, and they both play a big role on their team's defense. And tonight, Dawson Brandt's hitting a little harder, but Dalton DePay might be running a little harder. 6:45 left in the first half. Take a shot, Dalton.
Ooh, nice tackle.
Number 45, Mason Clark. He's upended into backfield for a loss of 1 as Parsons again. Have yourself a ball game, young man.
That was a picture-perfect tackle. He wrapped him up clean. Beautiful. Just beautiful, Willie.
Also a big Bills-Colts game going on this weekend that we were supposed to be at, but you're running off and getting married, and I'm running off and covering a fight.
Wait, no, that's not true.
Oh, you're going to a wedding this weekend.
Yes.
Okay. 6 minutes left, 2nd down and 11. DePay, the pitch outside. Nice job as James Hutchcraft trying to get outside. Taken down by Parsons after a gain of 6 down to the 42-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 and maybe 6.
Yeah, you mentioned I was going to a wedding, but I'm not sure if I'm actually invited.
Uh-oh. I go when they have crab cakes, whether I'm invited or not. Have you gotten the menu for this wedding?
There's crab cakes.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, scratch the Biloxi trip. You're coming with me.
So 3rd down and 6 officially as DePay out of the shotgun. 5:20 left. He calls his own number. It's a quarterback draw, and he runs into a wall before bouncing off, and on second effort has it down to about the 38-yard line. But he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of that 1st down, and I'd say it's 4-down territory
for sure.
Head coach Devin Johnson, if early signs are any indication.
Yes, Devin Johnson suited up in his shorts tonight, as usual.
He always wears shorts. It doesn't matter how cold it is on game night. That man's as tough as they come. So 4th and 2 now, and Logan Hall very nearly jumped early, and that would have awarded Osage a free 1st down. So timeout called by the Osage sideline. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
For tough jobs, you need even tougher equipment. Focus your energy where it's needed most with Kubota Construction. And the Kubota Skid Loader SVL95 can help you do just that. Powerful and versatile extensions allow you to alternate tasks without leaving the cab. Easily maneuver through tight spaces to get the job done. Keep moving with Kubota at Crown Power, serving you at 8 Missouri locations.
John Kane with Eldon Furniture. It's October and the colors of the season are in full swing. Now's the perfect time to bring those new styles and colors into your home. Eldon Furniture has an attractive selection of furniture, a variety of great patterns of flooring, cozy new bedding sets, and the perfect blinds by Hunter Douglas.
And we're back, and on
1st down.
4th and 2, the Indians have the 1st down. I'm sorry we got back just a tad bit late, folks, but it is a 1st down for Dalton DePay after his 3-yard gain. And Osage now at the 34-yard line. And, boy, this first half has flown by, Dave.
Yeah, it has. We really were kind of expecting a game like this. I even joked before the game, it's going to be 6-0 Eldon.
Oh, the ball's on the turf, recovered by Dawson Brandt. He was gifted a ball that hit the turf and bounced right into his breadbasket. And that's the 3rd Osage turnover of the first half.
Ooh, some Osage players hitting their heads. They knew they made a mistake there.
This time it's Mason Clark, and he just never had it cleanly, Dave.
Wow. I mean, this is obviously devastating for Osage. I mean, they can't hold on to the ball and sustain any drives tonight.
Well, if you're Osage, it's been your Achilles heel all year long, getting your offense going. Their defense has been splendid through almost 2 quarters. Brent now Dropping back, he's going to air one out. He's looking for Wardenberg.
Oh, throw the hanky.
No, I mean, Wardenberg turned it too early and then was like reaching up and just lost his footing. No contact, good no call. And I don't know why he turned around. If he keeps running, it's going to drop right into his arms. It was a wonderful throw by Brandt, but Wardenberg looked very out of sync going after that one. So 2nd and 10 now with 4:10 left.
Well, maybe perhaps because they don't throw the ball but 3 times a game.
Right. Yeah, if you look at coming into tonight, Dalton DePay had only 450
I mean, it's not like
yards
they've got a lot of practice time or
passing.
game time doing that.
Dawson Brandt just 179 yards passing, meaning he's averaging so far on the season about 20 yards a game.
Mm-hmm.
Although he missed 3, so, but boy, you're not used to seeing that. So 5-yard gain on 2nd down, going to bring up 3rd and 5 now with 3:40 left here. As on 1st down, you have the incompletion, the 2nd down run of 5, and now 3rd and 5. Third and 5 now. Brandt trying to get outside. Takes the edge, cuts back inside, and fights for a first down. What a run by Dawson Brandt. He dipped, he daisied, he duked, he ditched, he did it all.
Say what?
And he's got a big first down for the Mustangs.
He dipped, he do-do-wop.
He dipped, he daisy, doody, diddy, dotty.
And, of course, Hutchcraft was in there to clean it up at the end of that play for Osage.
So 1st down and 5 now. Eldon has it at their own 45-yard line. Just 3:10 left in the first half. Logan Hall with the carry, but great pursuit by the Osage defense. Stop him at the line of scrimmage. They may give him 1, but really no big plays tonight. I think our biggest play from scrimmage so far is like 13 yards, and it was on that bubble screen to Trevor Ralston.
Yeah, and like I said, Dawson Brandt usually breaks, a good 20, 30, 40-yarder, at least once or twice a game.
And to be honest with you, Dave, Eldon has to feel fortunate their defense has come up with those 3 takeaways, because otherwise, Osage has played very well. Brandt can't keep his footing, maybe tripped up from behind as it was another rollout. He called his own number and has a modest gain, going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and
Dooley with the stop for the Indians.
Well, we're looking at the time here. The Eldon Mustangs have 3 timeouts, and Osage has 2 left. We'll even see if they'll need them.
Brandt
another
now.
pass.
He has a guy streaking down the field. Brandt's going to keep it. He's got the first down.
Oh!
He takes a hit. And what a job you saw an Osage assistant coach.
Man.
Took a hit, and
that's
he did
coach.
so.
That's coach.
He did so. That way Brandt didn't have to take the brunt of that hit. So selfless play and big-time run on 3rd and 9. Dawson Brandt appears to have a 17-yard gain and a big Mustang first down as they have it inside Osage territory, and that was the longest play for Eldon on the night.
And tackled by Osage's assistant coach. Crooks, yes, that's it. I went on a road trip with Coach Crooks to Notre Dame to see the Notre Dame girls basketball game with the 8th grade high school.
Sorry to cut you off,
What's
Dave,
that?
but looks like we have got an injured
no.
Mustang, and that's Isaiah Parsons, or no, Logan Hall.
Oh, boy.
Shaken up, and he looks like he's got either an ankle or maybe a cramp.
I'm thinking cramp.
So we'll keep you posted on him. We're going to keep it rolling right here. It's 2nd and 4, just 1:36 left here in the first half, folks. Don't go anywhere during halftime, folks. It's your Quick Car halftime show on Lake TV. We'll break down our first half of action.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, no doubt, Dave. Only 7-0, 3 turnovers, 2 4th down stops. It's been a lot of defense. So here's another pass. Brandt steps up and throws it into the turf. Might have been deflected by Edwards in the backfield, pressuring him. So 3rd down and 4 now.
So, wow, they're going crazy. A couple of passes in a row here.
Well, the first down was a run.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you see more than one pass for the Eldon Mustangs
possession.
on a series, yeah, it's a bit surprising. So 3rd and 4, Osage hoping to stand tall. Eldon looking to extend their lead. And Caden Dillon looked to start just a little early. So backs them up 5 yards, going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Scott Johnson just a little premature there on that play.
Third down and 9 now, Dave, so
shotgun formation too.
Not very timely for a false start on 3rd and 4. Brandt rolls out, looking deep, looking for Wardenberg again, and he is definitely going to be interfered with on the play, looking for coverage for the Indians. That time he was definitely knocked off, and that's Luke Funderburk, the sophomore, in on the coverage. Sorry, the junior. And now you've got another flag on the sideline. It's going to be a warning on the first time, so they won't mark off any yardage for that, but they will for the pass interference. So it's a sideline warning against Osage. They won't mark off any yardage, but they give them a warning and throw a flag. So after the defensive pass interference, they're going to mark him 15-yard penalty, and it's going to be an automatic first down as Eldon creeping awful close to that Crown Power and Equipment red zone, Dave.
And this is what we've preached so many Eldon games this year. So many times we've seen that. When they rarely pass, they do get an awful high percentage of pass interference calls. Mainly because the defense is probably, oh my gosh, they're throwing the ball. They're not prepared for it.
Catch him napping and get burnt. Have no choice but to grab the jersey. And it's going to be a sweet pass looking into the end zone and looking to redeem himself. Great defensive play as it was the wide receiver option pass. They were going back to Wardenberg, but this time Funderburk, he wins the battle and very nearly intercepts it.
That should have been an interception.
So 2nd down and 10 now, and that was a wobbly pass. Very nearly intercepted.
Yeah, both players had a chance at it. Looks like they're just going one wide receiver.
And Eldon getting a little cute here on this series. Going to be a...
Oh, he's got a head of steam.
Yeah, he sure does. Inside the 10-yard line with a big run. That's Dawson Brandt. He's down to the 7-yard line. We'll give him 16 yards and a big Mustang first down as the Mustangs are officially inside the Crown Power and Equipment red zone. Your Case IH red zone alert. It's 1st and goal from the 7 Mustangs. Quick hitter. That looks to be Parsons running hard up the middle. He's inside the 5 down to the 3. He's got 4 yards, and now looks like we've got a timeout gonna be called by the Mustang. So we'll take a short commercial break. We'll be back on Lake TV, folks, after this.
John Kane with Eldon Furniture. It's October and the colors of the season are in full swing. Now's the perfect time to bring those new styles and colors into your home. Eldon Furniture has an attractive selection of furniture, a variety of great patterns of flooring, cozy new bedding sets, and the perfect blinds by Hunter Douglas. We've been serving families for over 70 years and we look forward to serving you. Follow us on Facebook, visit us online, or in our comfortable showroom in downtown Eldon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and an interesting timeout. I mean, 44 seconds, the play clock was at 20. You really don't want to give Osage an opportunity
to recruit, yeah.
Right, I mean, and if you're the Indians, you're fine with that. Let our defense breathe after a couple of long plays. You know, they've been out there covering deep passes. You had the pass interference, a couple other deep passes.
Well, Coach Holt might say, hey guys, this time let's try holding on to the football, you know. So here we go.
2nd and 4. Second and goal from the 4. Parsons tries to get inside, but he's stopped inside the 2-yard line. Clock continues to run. Both teams do have a pair of timeouts, and I think we're going to see Eldon burn their second timeout. So we're going to update you. There's some other action going on around the league. The game we're really interested in is the Versailles at Hallsville game. Last time we checked, it was 14-7. Well, for you Tri-County Conference fans, Versailles now ties it up with 8 minutes left in the first half. It's 14-all. And like we said, Versailles, regardless of what happens this week across the Tri-County Conference, Dave, they're guaranteed at least one home game next week, and that's going to be our game of the week on Lake TV. We'll start at 6:40 with a pregame show powered by Como Connects next Friday. And what's also interesting, if Eldon can beat Osage tonight by 13 or more, and St. James loses by 13 or more, Osage would play at Eldon next week in the opening round of the district playoffs.
Mind blown. Mind blown.
And for you viewers who are like, oh, that has to be the game you guys cover, no, folks, we are with the Versailles Tigers as long as they take us.
Choo-choo!
Or as far as they take us, I should say. Playing well, and not to say anything against, other 3 coverage teams, but I think Versailles has a chance to make a run here.
Well, I tell you what, Kobe Williams, he's worth the price of admission to watch him play.
So 3rd and goal from the 1. Brandt lowers his head looking for a push, and he's into the end zone for a Mustang touchdown. That's Dawson Brandt's. And that's his 6th touchdown run of the season, Dave. It's his 2nd tonight. He's done all the scoring himself, and Eldon out in front 13-0 with just 27 seconds left here in our opening half. Of course, following the conclusion of tonight's first half, stay with us for our halftime show presented by Quick Car.
You will not want to miss the halftime show.
By Parsons is up and good as Julian Kwasny comes on and converts on the extra point. So with 27 seconds left, Mustangs in front 14-0. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
It's quick, it's easy, it's professional. Every time. There's no feeling in the world like a clean car. Quick Car's Unlimited Wash Club features unlimited washes for $22 a month. Plus, with every full-service oil change at Quick Car Lube and Tune, you'll get an interior clean for only $7. The Quick Car Unlimited Wash Club. Quick, easy, and professional. Every time. Now with expanded hours in Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Welcome back, folks. With 27.7 seconds left in the opening half, Osage going to get the ball, and they've got a pair of timeouts, Dave. And, I know Coach Johnson, he's aggressive. I would be surprised if he doesn't hope for a good return and some good field position and try to get something going.
It looks like Osage players are kind of lined up for something different here.
Well, and it's because Eldon, they bunch everybody to the middle, so Osage is going to counter, and then you'll see they'll spread out as Eldon spreads out. Osage needs a good return.
Little squibberoo.
And that's going to...
And again, another whistle, Will.
I don't know if Eldon is starting early or what the problem is, but that's the second time they've went to kick off, and it's been blown dead. They might be starting early. Somebody might jump off sides. What I don't understand, though, Dave, is why they blow it dead. I mean, if Osage picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown, why should they get penalized? Okay, so it is false start, which is a dead ball foul. Question answered. Thank you.
Or illegal procedure.
So 27.7 ticks left here. Osage should get good field position, especially seeing they back this up. So squib kick to the middle. Bounces. Ooh. Oh, boy.
Ooh!
And that's going to be
no.
Hutchcraft with an illegal block in the back, and that's not going to help the Indians' case. He tackled him.
It didn't look like a block. Yeah, he blocked him head on, but there might have been an arm on there.
You can't tackle anybody.
Yeah, he must have forgot he was on offense. Oh, they're picking up the hanky.
So you're right,
Hey,
Dave. They
folks,
don't call it, but
disregard that flag, everyone that's watching at home. Nothing to see here. Continue watching this awesome football game.
But man, Hutchcraft waylaid him. He got away with a full body slam of somebody trying to block. If you're the Eldon coaching staff and you see that and they pick that hanky up, I would be livid.
What the heck's going on out there?
But they've got to the 35, and you know DePay's got the arm. See if he can't get Ralston to get going here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of arm he's got.
DePay going to keep it on the ground, run outside, and he's going to take it across the 40 up to about the 43, and that burns just about 5 seconds off the clock, so we've got 14 ticks left after the 8-yard run.
Yeah, and Osage, just one timeout left here. So they can get a pass over the middle, which should be, hopefully an open area of the field, and call a timeout.
Folks, and during tonight's Quick Car halftime show, get ready for your senior presentation. We'll air that in its entirety here on Lake TV. Dalton DePay now stepping up in the pocket, trying to get outside. Look at the speed by DePay, and he stays in bounds. The clock's going to continue to run. Well, the official, DePay did stay in. He kept it winding.
It was super close.
But the clock operator stopped it, and luckily Coach Johnson had a couple of timeouts, so it doesn't matter. But interesting to see why DePay didn't just go out of bounds there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I guess technically he did, because they didn't use the timeout. Was it Eldon? I'm looking. It was Eldon took the timeout. Yeah, it is. Look. Osage only had one timeout left.
Osage just had 2 to start this series, and they just went from 2 to 1. I also saw Coach Johnson do this. I think it was Osage called the timeout.
I think I'm wrong.
That's okay.
Happens all the time.
I was gonna say, don't turn over a new leaf tonight.
No big deal. Last game of the season. Why start now? Little Will Smith jamming here for senior night. Woo. Here we go. We're going to see DePay launch one down the field. He's looking. Oh, and a hold call probably.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Is that Logan Hall who came up and made a play? Not really sure. I can't spot a number. No, it looks to be number 5. It's Colin Tam with the interception. And I think it's going to be a holding against the Indians. Tam with the interception, so that's going to conclude tonight's first half of play. It's all Eldon out in front by a score of 14-0 over the Osage Indians. Folks, we'll be back with our halftime show presented by Quick Car, including tonight's senior honor presentation. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
This Lake TV sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Eris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Pics.
Once upon a time, it was just me, Marge, and the internet.
But then came Manny and Marky, Margaret, Midge, Marcy.
Marcy, then Midge.
Oh, yes. And then Mikey, Miley, and finally, little Marie.
That's when we noticed things started to slow down.
You mean the internet?
Yeah, the internet started to slow down because we were all connecting devices.
I'm pregnant.
We need a faster internet.
Get up to 1 gig internet from Como Connect. Enough bandwidth to power all your family's devices. It doesn't get any better.
It's quick, it's easy, it's professional. Every time. There's no feeling in the world like a clean car. Quick Car's Unlimited Wash Club features unlimited washes for $22 a month. Plus, with every full-service oil change at Quick Car Lube and Tune, you'll get an interior clean for only $7. The Quick Car Unlimited Wash Club. Quick, easy, and professional. Every time. Now with expanded hours.
And we're back here at your Quick Car Show. your halftime show presented by Quick Car, and we're actually going to let you enjoy tonight's festivities on the field as they're honoring all seniors. We do apologize for the seniors that we weren't able to show. So without further ado, here are your 2018 School of the Osage seniors.
Jasmine Kirby, daughter of William and Ruth Kirby. Ashlyn Cordula, daughter of Mark and Kira Cordula. Tyler Lynch, son of Bob and Regina Lynch. Emily Mayer, daughter of Tiffany Mayer. Blaine Montgomery, son of Jessica Martinez and Brad Bunkowski. Alyssa Pittenger, daughter of Bill and Julie Pittenger. Matthew Price, son of Robert and Pam Price. Taylor Rennick, daughter of Charles Rennick and Letitia Van Dyke. Victoria Scroggins, daughter of Julia Dabina. Lane Stevenson, son of Gina Woods and Vince Stevenson. Zoe Turner, daughter of Roger and Carmen Turner. Caitlin Welker, daughter of Kevin and Susan Welker. And Dalton Williams, son of Gary and Misty Williams. Micah Hill, daughter of Randy and Miriam Hill. This evening, the Marching Indians will be playing their entire show entitled Aqua. Drum majors, you may take the field.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
commercial.
John Kane with Eldon Furniture. It's October and the colors of the season are in full swing. Now's the perfect time to bring those new styles and colors into your home. Eldon Furniture has an attractive selection of furniture, a variety of great patterns of flooring, cozy new bedding sets, and the perfect blinds by Hunter Douglas. We've been serving families for over 70 years and we look forward to serving you. Follow us on Facebook, visit us online, or in our comfortable showroom in downtown Eldon.
If you can dream it, we can build it. Ozark Homes. Family owned and operated for more than 30 years, Ozark Homes has provided beautiful modular homes to the residents of mid-Missouri. Don't just settle for what's out there. Get exactly what you want. We take your ideas with the features you've always wanted to create your dream home. Call us today for a tour of these great-looking homes. Visit us online at ozarkhomes.com to view some of the beautiful homes we've already got waiting for you.
And remember, if you can dream it, we can build it.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Lori is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Lori, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back. Big Surf, Lake of the Ozarks. Big Surf.
Make your fantasy a reality this season at Big Surf Water Park. Rocket yourself down Zambezi Falls. Enjoy a relaxing ride down the lazy river. Or grab a tube and head down our whitewater rapids. You're sure to find fun for the whole family this summer right at the Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a vacation within a vacation. Big Surf.
Get your tickets now at BigSurfWaterPark.com.
This Lake TV Sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Aris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Picks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lake TV's coverage of Lyme High School football. It's officially Week 9, and with 2 quarters in the books, Dave, it's Eldon out in front over the hometown Osage Indians by a score of 14-0. And, you know, based on what we've seen from the Osage offense in the first half, unless some very, very drastic were to change, a 14-point lead is a massive lead with the way their offense is playing.
Yeah, I haven't seen any continuity on offense. Dupay hasn't broken any big plays. They're keeping him in check. And basically, they have not much of an offense at all. And also give credit to Eldon's defense. They played great all year, even with their losses. They've always showed up to play, as they have tonight. So it should be interesting second half. You know, we'll see. I think the main question, can Osage score a touchdown? Let's just get that first one out of the way.
Of Osage's 3 turnovers, 2 were on them. One was an errant pitch from DePay on a pitch that never made it back to his guy, and Eldon recovered. And then the other one was just a mishandled snap, and they turned the ball over. But the third, you got to talk about the effort by Isaiah Parsons. Just took the ball away from the ball carrier, never hits the ground, and he's off and running the other way. It was a crazy-looking play because it caught us all off guard, but rather impressive by Isaiah Parsons. We're used to seeing him make plays on both sides of the ball, and now as both teams make their way back out onto the field, we're officially set for our second half, and Eldon going to kick off. Osage set to receive, and hopefully they can get something going, that being the Osage Indians, because you're right, Dave. Eldon has found a way to limit Dalton DePay's damage so far.
Yeah, and it's obvious. They're just keen on him. They don't have to worry about the passing game, so they can keep, 8 guys in the box every single down.
So without further ado, we are underway here in our second half. Deep kick fielded inside the 10, and good blocking up front for the Indians, and another impressive return here as Garrett Sutherland takes it across the 40, and that's where he stops. So Osage starts 1st and 10 at their own 40, and once again, excellent starting field position, and both teams have been gifted pretty good field position for the most part tonight. We'll see if Osage can't get anything going offensively here as they get their first possession here in the second half. And Dave, I'd like to see them mix it up a little bit because haven't went to the air very often.
Well, also, we're used to seeing Dalton Dupay, take the ball and do some sweeps, and he hasn't had any success tonight doing that. Uh-oh. Play clock.
And just like that, Coach Devin Johnson going to have to burn the first timeout of the half, and that's before they even take a snap, and he is upset
Not a good sign.
with his team, and that's no excuse, Dave. They were lined up, looked like they were going with a hurry-up offense, and then for whatever reason, Dalton Dupay and this Indian offense just took forever to communicate whatever audible or whatever Dupay was trying to relay message-wise to his team. They took way too long.
That's just a microcosm of their season right there, Mr. Holtz.
Yeah, no doubt. They have not gotten many breaks, but when you play boneheaded football, that tends to happen. And I hate to say it, but Osage really not playing very smart here tonight. It's Dupay on the play action. He's going to throw, has Sutherland out in the flat, and that's a first down into Eldon territory. And just like that, a 13-yard quick hitter as Dupay finds Garrett Sutherland. That's a first down, and that's where Dalton Dupay is most effective. Let him get out of the pocket and let him make the decision. Are we running? Are we passing?
That was a sight for sore eyes right there. That was a pretty play. And maybe there will be more of those to come. Dupay going deep.
Almost hauled in, just out of the reach. He was looking for Sutherland again. It worked the last play. Why not go for it again? And actually, he was not looking for Sutherland on the play. He was looking for Logan Havner rather on the street. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
That was a pretty good ball thrown by Dupay. As he comes to the sideline, talks to Coach Johnson for the play.
I always thought that was interesting when you have your starting quarterback who's already doing it all on offense, defense, and special teams, has to run from the huddle to the sideline, then back out to the huddle between plays. Never understood that. Dupay now on the quarterback keeper. Gets outside, he's across the 30, and Dalton Dupay finally pushed down to the 23-yard line. 24-yard gain on Osage's longest play of the night.
There's the big gainer by Dupay we've been waiting for right there.
Colin Tam had the stop for Eldon, but it's the Indians now on the verge of crossing into the Crown Power and Equipment red zone. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Now you're starting to see the tempo picked up a little bit here for the Indians. Dupay out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Hutchcraft alone set back. He'll take the snap. No. Dupay keeps it. He's got some room outside. He might score. He will from 23 yards out. Dalton Dupay to the house, and that's Dalton Dupay's 5th touchdown rush of the season. And just 1 minute into this first half, Osage right back into it. They're finally on the scoreboard, and Dave, I think that's all it took, was me saying that the Indians were playing boneheaded. Dalton Dupay said, I'll show you boneheaded. Couple of nice passing plays, couple of nice rushing plays, and it's Dalton Dupay from 23 yards out with his 5th touchdown rush of the season. And Dave, now we've got a ball game.
Yeah, and that's the offense that we expected to see all season when we had their first game.
Yeah, breakdown for sure. It's going to be a 2-point attempt. Edwards looking and knocked away by Isaiah Parsons. He was looking for Sutherland. was Drew Edwards on the fake point after attempts. With 11 minutes left in the third quarter, Osage has life. They find themselves behind the Eldon Mustangs by a score of 14-6 as you see the Osage faithful start to make a little noise. We'll be back on Lake TV, folks, after this.
For tough jobs, you need even tougher equipment. Focus your energy where it's needed most with Kubota Construction. And the Kubota Skid Loader SVL95 can help you do just that. Powerful and versatile extensions allow you to alternate tasks without leaving the cab. Easily maneuver through tight spaces to get the job done. Keep moving with Kubota at Crown Power, serving you at 8 Missouri locations.
And back, Osage just failed on their 2-point try. Getting ready to kick off the Eldon Mustangs. A little bit of a squib kick, picked up by the Mustangs. Taking it to 20, 25. Big 57.
Caden Dillon. Nice return. He's got it up to the 35-yard line. And that's where Eldon takes over. And you see Lake TV's own Andrew Evans running field cam right there. That is a sight for all eyes. Running field cam. And I'll tell you what, that man does it all, doesn't he, Dave?
Oh, yes, and he's looking mighty fine in that hoodie tonight.
So 1st and 10 now. Brant under center. He's going to give it to Parsons, who's going to be upended, taken down after a gain of about 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
So, Will, can we make any assumptions on why he's running camera on the sidelines and Ricky is not?
I am going to be careful and not assume a thing.
I assume that Ricky might have paid him off so he could head to Texas and do that rodeo this weekend.
No, because he's in the truck switching.
You never know.
And there is a new player in the game for the Mustangs, number 3. Haven't
Drew
seen
Ellie. Or excuse me.
Isaiah Parsons on the carry again.
Trenton Phillips in there. No, sorry, Dallas Hardy. And there, now we saw him early in the season as a real role player, but haven't mentioned him much the last few weeks we've had Eldon. So 3rd and 6 now.
This will be a big stop for Osage defense. Oh, no.
And I don't even think they ever crossed the line of scrimmage, Dave. They both kind of moved, but they were far enough off the line of scrimmage. I really think that
was quick on the flag for an encroachment call, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Eldon catches a break, but nonetheless, it's going to be 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 1 now. And it's a much easier 3rd down situation for Eldon.
Yeah.
But what a start to this half for the Osage Indians. I mean, they were showing no life, and now a big-time stop. First guy there, James Hutchcraft, but he looks to be shaken up a little bit. Eder cleaned it up, but the first guy there that met him was James Hutchcraft, and I think Hutchcraft took the brunt of that exchange because he was slow to get up, and now he's a little shaken up. And after the 1.5-yard loss, going to bring up 4th down and a long 2, Dave.
Not going to see a punt here for sure.
Big opportunity for the Indians. 9 minutes here left in the 3rd quarter. Hardy in motion. And Brant just trying to get the Indians to jump. Nice job by the defense, staying disciplined. And Eldon forced to burn a timeout. So we'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
It's quick. It's easy. It's professional. Every time. There's no feeling in the world like a clean car. Quick Car's Unlimited Wash Club features unlimited washes for $22 a month. Plus, with every full-service oil change at Quick Car Lube and Tune, you'll get an interior clean for only $7. The Quick Car Unlimited Wash Club. Quick, easy, and professional every time. Now with expanded hours in Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Next week, you and me have to switch out. And he goes, oh, okay. Brenda goes, yeah, somebody needs to come up here and switch out with this one.
Wait, we're having a
And we're back, folks. here on Lake TV as we're discussing all the important things that go into pulling off a live TV broadcast with our 11 crew members. So now Eldon thinking twice about it. Looks like they may punt as Brandt back deep takes the snap, and he does get it off to pay back on the bounce. He's going to field it at his 22. Makes a couple of guys miss now, trying to work back across the field. Makes a guy miss, and no, Colin Tam holds on for dear life, and then
late hit.
That's got to be a flag. There is no excuse for that. Number 78 for the Mustangs, Sam Kopic came in and just drove the shoulder pad. Tam had already had to pay, and hopefully that flag is against Kopic for the late hit.
I thought Kopic definitely was going to cop a flag on that play.
And they call personal foul, helmet to helmet against Osage. Get out of here.
Wait, Jinx.
I mean, that's a bad call. I don't care what you saw somewhere else. The fact that that kid did not get thrown for a personal flag is against everything Roger Goodell and the executives of the NFL are working so hard to do to make the game safer. And that kind of play has no room anywhere in football.
And Goodell, we trust.
Well, that makes one of us here in the booth. But, I mean, you know the agenda is to make the game safer. And that is not doing us any favors by not flagging that young man. So on first down, Osage a couple of yards on the carry. I'm not trying to oversell it, but, I mean, that you got to call a flag on that.
Yeah, that was a big stop by Jacob Krantz on that play from the Eldon Mustangs. Big old Jacob Krantz, 6'2", 230. So we're going to see Dupay light him up here with some passes. Got 3 wides.
More on quarterback draw, and he will be taken down at the line of scrimmage. The first Mustang there. Accustomed to calling his name all the time. Jacob Krantz, we've called his name a handful of times already tonight. Stopped to pay before he could get anything going. The big senior standing in at 6'2", 230. So 3rd and 6. Dave, and for as short as the first half was, this third quarter is already longer than the entire first half.
And why would you be counting? Because you might have to go on a road trip when this is over?
Dupay now on third down, looks for his target, and it is caught. Nice play, only for a couple of yards, but yeah, Sutherland made a nice catch, brings up 4th down and short now. Gonna bring up 4th down and 2. Do the Indians roll the dice this deep in their own end in a 1-score game? Time will tell.
I say no. RPO.
May try to draw him offside, still have 14 seconds on the play clock. And now Dupay back. So if no one goes back for Eldon, they get a good bounce. There you go.
There it is.
And it does just that. Bounces out at the 36-yard line.
Boy, it looked like one of your tee shots this summer, Will. Just kept rolling and rolling after you hit that sucker about 250 yards, doesn't it?
So a nice punt from Dalton Dupay. We'll give him 45 yards on the punt. Eldon has it back now, 1st and 10 at their own 36. Dave, you leave my golf game out of the broadcast.
I did see you did hit a few good this summer.
Well, the sun shines on a dog's butt every once in a while.
It was shining on yours this summer for sure. A little more than you deserved.
Oh, you're probably talking about the woman I landed. That's how the luck ran out there, yeah.
Oh, you've got a lucky charm.
Parsons now bounces off the first guy and the second guy. Still running. Isaiah Parsons was 6 yards. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage before doing the Isaiah Parsons thing and bouncing off defenders left and right.
Or have them bouncing off of him.
So 6:20 now remaining in the third quarter, 2nd and 5. I give Parsons 5 officially on that first down carry. Dave, any updates on the Versailles game?
Let me check. Let me check my source.
Brandt keeps it, but to the tune of 1 yard, going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
I'm assuming it's still Versailles 21, Hallsville 20. No updates thus far.
So 3rd and 4, big time 3rd down here. And as we're accustomed to seeing, the Osage faithful comfortably napping in their seat.
Well, they've got really good popcorn here, and they eat so much of it, they get, little sleep comas,
Brant wide open.
Whoa.
Got his man over the middle. And that's first down yardage and much more. Finally taken down to the 15-yard line. Charlie Mays, the big tight end. 43 yards and a big first down. And that's Eldon's first completed pass of the night, and it goes for 43 yards. And play action works to perfection as Eldon continues to run. Well, you do that, and it opens up that seam on a play action. Mays was running unattended to by himself, middle of the field, and nice throw by Brant. 43 yards later, Eldon has it inside the Crown Power and Equipment red zone.
Osage defensive backs have been snoozing all game.
Here's Parsons now trying to get outside, tripped up from DePay. After a gain of about 3, gonna bring up 2nd down and 7.
And again, we see Eldon in the red zone. Familiar situation for him.
Brant inside the 10, very close to that first down marker. He's got it down to the 7. It's going to bring up 3rd down and really short here as your Case IH red zone alert has the Eldon Mustangs with a 3rd and short inside the 10.
Yeah, a lot of these runs by Brant just seems like it's his sure willpower just getting him through some of these tackles and making these positive yards.
Parsons with the carry, good lead blocking. He's inside the 5. He's got a first down, and Eldon now. Another 1st and goal to go situation from inside the 5. And when these Mustangs get it 1st and goal inside the 5, Dave, it is awfully hard to stop them from scoring on 4 plays, although Osage was able to do it once tonight, meaning those odds got to go down even more. And we have a shaken up Mustang. That looks like Isaiah Parsons. It is Isaiah Parsons, so he's going to make his way off the field. We'll have our sideline team keep an eye on that, but Eldon can ill afford to see him go down.
Yeah, Logan Hall got dinged up in the first half.
So your big bruising back who would typically be getting the call here, he makes his way to the sideline, and I'm not sure if Logan Hall's back out there. He's not. It's 21 and number 3 for Eldon. So Dallas Hardy, as Brant keeps it, he's going to be stopped just shy on first down. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal. But Ethan Wood, the freshman running back, so it looks like for the Eldon Mustangs, they're going to be without Logan Hall and Isaiah Parsons for the time being. That could prove to be huge down the stretch in a 1-score game, even if Eldon is able to punch it in here from the 1-inch line.
Yes, sir.
So the big bunch formation. Brant off an offensive lineman and then taken down inside. He reaches across. Sutherland at him, but Brant absolutely brilliant on the individual effort. He scores from inside the 1, his 3rd touchdown of the night, his 7th of the season, and Eldon back out in front by 14. It's 20-6.
Boy, Will, that kind of was reminiscent of an Aussie rules football play. Just kind of a big scrum, get the ball in there.
Rough hold, but a rough snap. Nice hold from Brent, and the extra point from Julian Kwasny is up and good. So Eldon, their largest lead of the game, they're out in front over Osage 21-6 with 3:04 left in the 3rd quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
If you can dream it, we can build it. Ozark Homes. Family owned and operated for more than 30 years, Ozark Homes has provided beautiful modular homes to the residents of Mid-Missouri. Don't just settle for what's out there. Get exactly what you want. We take your ideas with the features you've always wanted to create your dream home. Call us today for a tour of these great-looking homes. Visit us online at ozarkhomes.com to view some of the beautiful homes we've already got waiting for you.
And remember, if you can dream it, we can build it.
And we are back on Lake TV. We want to give a shout out to our good friend Annie Falstich, Annie and Jesse Falstich, along with Garrett and Farah, watching from Lodge of the Four Seasons, or sorry, yeah, Lodge of the Four Seasons. Village of the Four Seasons. And watching on Lake TV from the comfort of their living room. And Annie, so you know, we feel much closer to you as well. So high end over end kick fielded by Sutherland inside the 20, and the ball's on the ground and it's covered up by Colin Tam. He's got an interception and now a fumble recovery, and that is the 5th takeaway of the game for the Eldon Mustangs. Dave, I was wrong at the break because I forgot to figure in Colin Tam's last second interception in the half. And Colin Tam, he may not get to play quarterback now that Dawson Brandt is healthy, but he is having a game defensively. He's got a fumble recovery and he's got an interception, and this one puts Eldon in prime position to add on to this lead as they have it 1st and 10 at the Osage 31-yard line. And Dave, 5 turnovers. Not many times you're going to come back and win a game coughing it up 5 times.
Very rarely. And it's about as rare as you see a Dawson Brandt throw 2 times in a row during a game.
So Ethan Wood, the freshman, with his first carry tonight. And I see Parsons still hobbling pretty noticeably over on the Eldon sideline. And we've yet to see Logan Hall make his way back into the game as well.
Big weapon, big weapon. So it might be the Brandt show here on out as far as running the football goes.
Second down, inside give. Ethan Wood with the carry, and he's got a nice carry. He says, don't worry, I've watched Isaiah Parsons long enough the last couple of years from middle school. I know exactly what to do. So 3rd and a yard now. Boy, for a freshman getting out there against these upperclassmen, that was an impressive run without a doubt.
Continuing that tradition of tough Eldon running.
Play action, and Mays is wide open once again, and he made a great catch. Charlie Mays, it was underthrown.
Give it to him. Give them the touchdown.
No way. He definitely was down inside the 1.5-yard line, but I'll tell you what, the ball was underthrown. Mays had 5 yards of separation. Brandt just barely underthrew it, but Mays made a great adjustment, came back, made the play, and Eldon 1st and goal from inside the 1. And in control, this one is your Case IH Red Zone Alert, has the Eldon Mustangs 1st and goal from the 1. Inside give, and Ethan Wood, for the first time this season, scores a touchdown, and that's the young man's first touchdown as a varsity player, and it comes in his freshman campaign, and that one puts Eldon up 21. They're now out in front 27-6 with just 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter.
Whoa, out of hand, I think.
Boy, I've seen some wild ones in this rivalry, although it's been with different offenses, but so the extra point again is up, and it is good. So I'll tell you what, number 14, Julian Kwasny, he's a foreign exchange student that moved to Eldon, and he looks like he has enough leg to connect from way, way deep. So after the extra point from Kwasny, it's 28-6, Eldon in control of this one. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back.
Welcome back, folks, and it's all Eldon Mustangs now. They led at half, 14-0. It was Osage striking just a minute into the half, Dave, on the legs of Dalton DePay. But since that point in time, it has been 2 takeaways for the Mustangs and 2 quick scores, even without the services of their top 2 running backs. Jack Dooley with the return across the 30, and Osage has it 1st and 10, their own line.
So, Will, question. Have you ever eaten at a Whataburger before?
Say that again?
Have you ever eaten at a Whataburger?
No.
Have you ever heard of Whataburger?
Yes.
All right. Well, they have them in Mississippi, and you better try them out and let me know. They're delicious.
Now, I'll take you up on your recommendation. Brennan and I are going to have an opportunity with 24 hours on the road this weekend to do some fast food stops. Hunter Neiman with the carry outside on the sweep. He's got some room. He's across the 40, and he's pushed down after a first down, and that's the kind of start to this possession that Osage needed, because, Dave, you did say maybe out of reach, and you would think 21 points with this offense. However, you got to remember, Eldon's without Isaiah Parsons and Logan Hall right now, and so if Osage can score, it's in their favor if they stop turning it over, because Eldon is without the majority of their weapons as Hunter Neiman now is shaken up. So we'll take a commercial break, and we'll check on him and be back to Lake TV after this.
My father, Eris Pardalis, grew up in Greece. When he arrived here 50 years ago, he brought with him a taste of his childhood, a delicacy he would introduce to Missouri that brought joy to the taste buds of America. Pizza. Pizza so perfect, it could only have the Eris name. Eris's Pizza. We've been building communities around delicious food since 1961 and making friends for life.
Big Surf, Lake of the Ozarks, Big Surf.
Make your fantasy a reality this season at Big Surf Water Park. Rocket yourself down Zambezi Falls. Enjoy a relaxing ride down the Lazy River, or grab a tube and head down our whitewater rapids. You're sure to find fun for the whole family this summer right at the Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a vacation within a vacation. Big Surf.
Get your tickets now at BigSurfWaterPark.com.
And we are back, and Neiman clearly shaken up. He was able to walk to the sideline but not without a very noticeable limp, so they'll check him out, and he'll be unavailable for the near future and maybe for the remainder of the evening. But with 55 seconds left, in the third quarter, Osage wants to get something going. It's Hutchcraft on the carry. He has about 3 as we're inside a minute left here in this third quarter.
Pick up a 3, bring up the second down, and 7.
So we're going to expect DePay to start throwing some long balls on the field here in a hurry-up offense setting.
You would think.
There goes
But
DePay.
instead it's DePay with his legs. He's across the 40, inside the 30. Stiff arm and all the way down to the 23-yard line. Wowzer. 33-yard gain just like that, and Osage has it 1st and 10 at the Eldon 22-yard line.
Boy, DePay's had many, many of those runs in his Osage career.
DePay now. Quick hitter. It's going to be Hutchcraft who's taken down from behind. Wow, nice play by Mustang. That's big number 66, Jonathan Schoenfield. We haven't really called his name yet tonight, but he's a force.
Hurry up.
Yeah, well, they only had 3 seconds left in the quarter, so on the final play, he's looking to the end zone for Sutherland, who goes up and takes it away from Dawson Brandt. And on the last play of the third quarter, it's Garrett Sutherland showing his athleticism. He climbs the ladder, and what a ball delivered by Dalton DePay. Give him a chance, he did that, and Sutherland rewards his quarterback going over the top of one Dawson Brandt. And it's now 28-12 as Osage looks to cut into this lead a little further. They've got it down to 16, and with an extra point, it would be just 15 as we head into the fourth quarter. That's a low attempt, no good as it's blocked by the line. So as we head into our fourth quarter, it's Osage out in front by a score of 28-12. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
Once upon a time, it was just me, Marge, and the internet.
But then came Manny and Marky, Margaret, Midge, Marcy.
Marcy, then Midge.
Oh, yes. And then Mikey, Miley, and finally, little Marie.
That's when we noticed things started to slow down.
You mean the internet?
Yeah, the internet started to slow down because we were all connecting devices.
I'm pregnant.
We need a faster internet.
Get up to 1 gig internet from Como Connect. Enough bandwidth to power all your family's devices. It doesn't get any better.
And we're back here on Lake TV, and
there's a hoedown getting on down there, boy.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of my favorite traditions. The crowd may not get into Osage games, but the band and the Cotton Eye Joe always come together. Where did you go? Where did you got Cotton Eye Joe? Hey, 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 hey. So, Dave, just like that, though, Osage cuts it to a 2-score game. And right now, Eldon appears to be without Isaiah Parsons and Logan Hall, but Parsons now jogging on that sideline. And with 1:27 left in the third quarter, it's Versailles clinging to a slim advantage, 29-28 over Hallsville. It's going to be an onside, and unfortunately for the Indians, it goes out of bounds, but they had something there, Dave. Why not, though?
But did a Mustang touch it before it went out of bounds? That's my question.
I think it did go off a Mustang, so they would pick up the penalty, and it would be the Eldon Mustangs' ball right there where it went out. So good point, Dave. Apparently not. They say it's a legal procedure.
I'm good for 1 good point a game.
Procedure against the Indians.
But I like the idea right there by Devin Johnson, Dave. You're down 2 scores. Your defense hasn't shown that you could stop them here in the second half, and you're down 2 scores.
Why not? I think it's a smart call.
Eldon will have it first down and 10.
Because Eldon's pretty much all the kickoffs all night. They've returned the ball almost to the 40-yard line anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hear me talk about it all the time, Dave. I don't understand why more high school coaches don't go that route.
I'm so sick and tired of you saying that too, Will. It's ridiculous.
So the inside give to Ethan Wood, and he's across the 45 up to about the 47. So good running by the freshman. He has 5. Going to bring up second down and 5. So now we're starting to get a look at what appears to be the next lead back for these Mustangs as we look ahead to next year.
We're seeing the future, huh?
Ethan Wood, just a freshman, and they're going to get Colin Tam. No, I guess Colin Tam, the senior, won't be back next year, unfortunately. Phillips now trying to get outside, and to no avail. And boy, you're not kidding. And Hardy, rather. I keep calling him Phillips, Trenton Phillips, who's number 2. But that's Dallas Hardy with the carry, and he has a modest gain, maybe nothing. Going to bring up third down and 5.
We better hope our boy Andrew doesn't get rolled up there on the sidelines.
Yeah, he's got a lengthy trip ahead of him this weekend as well.
Yep, he's getting married too up in Iowa. We're all getting married.
Well, not me. So first down carry. Give Eldon a fresh set of downs. And breaking news now, it appears as if Osage quarterback Dalton DePay shaken up with a knee injury. He made his way to the sideline, and we don't have any word on if he's going to return or how bad that injury could be. But with 10:57, Eldon the ball and a first down at the 47-yard line. Ethan Wood hard running, and it is, oh, I thought the Osage Indians ripped it away from him. The sideline was in a frenzy, but Wood has 5 yards. That's going to bring up second down and 5.
Okay, second 5, 10:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Can the Osage Indians potentially force Eldon into a turnover here? I think that's probably what it's going to take.
Brant now on the second down carry has about 3. Going to bring up third down and 2.
Brant, the ball carrier, brought down by Mason Etter. Pick up a 3. He's going to bring up a third down and 2.
So 9:55 left here in the fourth quarter. And the clock's starting to work against the Osage Indians. They need at least 2 scores. It's a 16-point ball game. They'd also have to convert on 2 two-point conversions. Wood with the carry, and on third down, he's going to be stopped short of the first down marker. Going to bring a fourth down and short.
It's going to be really close, Will.
But I've been impressed what I've seen from the freshman Ethan Wood here, as he is spelling one Isaiah Parsons and Logan Hall. Also, we haven't seen him back out there, so.
Looks like next man up with the Eldon Mustangs. They have a,
and Dave, you
they have
think,
a stable of running backs.
And if you think about it, Isaiah Parsons and Logan Hall really the life of this offense outside of quarterback Dawson Brandt. And with a 2 and 3 score lead and the way this game's gotten, maybe you try to keep them fresh.
Oh, we got it. Oh, Osage says no.
And the near side official has him just inside that 36-yard line, but the far side official.
Yeah, they're a little off.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down. They needed to get it just to the 36-yard line, and they are inside that 36-yard line. So on 4th and inches, Eldon able to convert, and that's a big first down because you're going to see at least 2.5 more minutes dwindling off the clock as Eldon has it 1st and 10 at the Osage 36-yard line.
Yes, barring a turnover. And Eldon's going to take their sweet time here. Their offense is never in a hurry up.
Ethan Wood once again, and he is buried.
No
Mason Clark and James Hutchcraft in on the snap for the Indians.
Brings up a second down and 9.
And that's going to bring up second down now. And Dave, you know, as you said, Eldon, very lackadaisical. They don't mind letting this clock continue to run, and that plays right into their game plan. If you're the Indians, like you said, you want to force a turnover, or at the very least, you want to force them to punt because you're running out of opportunities. Play action, Brandt now.
Nothing.
Now he's able to throw and intercepted. Dalton DePay, a big-time play, and you talked about the takeaway. Brandt did a great job to avoid the would-be sack artist in the backfield. Brandt threw it anyway, and guess who? Of course, Dalton DePay, his 4th interception of the year, and I think it's going to be targeting against Dawson Brandt. And it is. It's targeting against Dawson Brandt.
Is that quarterback on quarterback violence again?
That is. And, I mean, DePay looked to slide to avoid the hit, and it was Dawson Brandt. That's going to be 15 yards tacked on. And don't look now, but the Osage Indians have it 1st and 10 near midfield, 7:40 left in the game.
Huge turn of events here.
So, Ross, what's your prediction for the last 8 minutes of this one? Osage comes back, but not all the way, is what Ross said. So DePay now steps up, looking deep, looking for his man. Tam on the coverage and just able to interfere enough. And I don't mean pass interference. I mean to mess with the receiver enough. And Sutherland and able to come up with it. But that's a nice throw by DePay, and you got to like the shot taken by head coach Devin Johnson.
Yeah, DePay gave his receiver an opportunity to battle for that ball there.
But great coverage by Colin Tam. He's had a big game tonight. Defensively, 2 takeaways, and that was a big-time defensive stop. So 7:34 left in the game. DePay out of the gun. Ooh. Calls his own number, trying to get outside, and he's going to be taken down at the 49-yard line. They're going to say he was down. Caden Dillon in on the stop. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain by DePay. And the official on the near sideline calls for a timeout. It's going to be an official timeout as Mason Clark was shaken up. So he's spelled on the play by Jack Dooley, and Jack Dooley started the year as one of the lead runners for the Indians, but we haven't called his name on the offensive side of the ball at all tonight. Look for a shot here. 3rd and 8, 7 minutes left. DePay out of the shotgun. Looking to his left. Looks for Edwards. He had him in just a little too much heat. Edwards unable to haul it in. Going to bring up 4th down and 7, but Drew Edwards will be the first to tell you that's a ball he's got to catch.
Yeah.
He was too worried about where he was at on the field. He was ordered just get to that 1st down stick, and DePay was waiting for him. And I think that Edwards turned around to see where he was at as Edwards let go and never really found the football again.
But it was there.
So 4th down and 8. This is a must convert here for the Indians. They've got it at the 49-yard lines of the Mustangs. DePay out of the shotgun. He's going to call his own number. Steps up, swung across, and he'll be stopped shy. Taken down at the 47-yard line. We do have a flag in the vicinity of holding. So it's going to be against the Indians. The penalty will be declined. And Eldon's going to get it right back. And on 4th and 8, I like the call, but DePay didn't wait long enough for the play to work downfield and open up a running lane for him. Hallsville now jumping out in front over the Tigers. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's been a back-and-forth battle.
34-29 Hallsville. I'm sure we might have a couple more updates coming from that game. Ethan Wood and Dallas Hardy, the 2 running backs. It's going to be Wood, the up man. Gets it, and he is going to be taken down after a gain of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8, but, man, that was the opportunity Osage needed to capitalize on. So 6:20 left in the game. Another shout out to our friends Annie and Jesse Fallstitch with Lakefront Living Realty Missouri, along with their 2 kiddos, Garrett and our workout buddy Farah. That girl straight gets it at Tony Sink's Freestyle Factory.
Indeed, indeed.
So Wood now the ball carrier, and he's going to be pushed out.
Ooh.
At about
extra something on that tackle, sir.
48, so we'll give him 4 yards. Going to bring up a big 3rd down and 4.
You know, what's interesting, my memory serves me correctly, last year between these 2 teams, it was a lot more chippy between the 2 teams.
Yeah, last year Eldon took care of Osage 49-13. Osage ran about at their last year mark, but Eldon, they got a few more touchdowns to go still. Going to be a play action or a bootleg, and Brandt turned around and he ran into Havner. So it's going to be 4th down and a long 4.
Another 4th down, Will.
Ball game on the line here for the Osage Indians, and if you're Eldon, why not just pin them deep?
Yeah, because odds are you could potentially get the ball back via turnover.
Osage has 5 turnovers tonight.
I'm thinking they're going to be taking a timeout here, Mr. Holtz.
2 turnover on downs. I think Eldon will have to burn a timeout. You're right. So that's their second timeout of the night as the play clock was inside 3. So we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football after this.
For tough jobs, you need even tougher equipment. Focus your energy where it's needed most with Kubota Construction. And the Kubota Skid Loader SVL95 can help you do just that. Powerful and versatile extensions allow you to alternate tasks without leaving the cab. Easily maneuver through tight spaces to get the job done. Keep moving with Kubota at Crown Power, serving you at 8 Missouri locations.
And we're back, Dave, and this is probably the last chance for Osage to stay alive here.
Here we go, big 4th down play.
And it looks like
they're going to be punting.
Yeah, so back to return to pay. Brandt gets it away, and what a punt from Dawson Brandt, but bounces into the end zone, so Osage clinging to the hopes of coming back in this one. They're going to have it 1st and 10 of their own 20, but just 5 minutes on the clock and 16 points to overcome in that short amount of time, but they've got the right guy at the quarterback position. DePay was just one play away from pulling this to a touchdown game had Sutherland been able to come up with that catch over Tay on that last possession. We might be talking about what Osage needs to do defensively to get it back.
4 wide receiver set for the Indians.
Oh, yeah, they'll be running hurry up here. All passes, I would think. Hutchcraft now motions to the right side of DePay. DePay going to call his own number. Not much doing there, and that's not going to work.
Nope.
You're going to have
that
to
all night long. Same play.
Brought down by Jacob Krantz.
Jacob Krantz with the stop for the Mustangs, and with 4:50 left, Osage going to have to get going.
And 7.
I mean, I understand your thinking there. Well, hopefully he can rip off a 15, 20-yarder, maybe break one for a score, but there's not enough time to be taking chances like that. And incomplete. Sutherland was there, but Brandt, nice defensive play. Messed with him just enough to deter him from catching it, so just like that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Sutherland is a great target. He's tall. He's taller than any of the defensive backs for Eldon. And he could, if you do a jump ball situation with Sutherland, I think 9 out of 10 times he'd probably come away with it. He's done it in the past.
Obviously 4 down territory the rest of the way for Osage. I mean, Dave, we're one play away from this being a really interesting ball game.
You're saying it's not interesting right now?
I am.
Okay.
DePay rolling to his right. Looking for Havner, and it's Tam. His 2nd interception of the night, and DePay threw it right to him. Colin Tam, his 3rd takeaway of the game, and Dawson Brandt in there. Nathan Wardenberg in on the extracurricular activity, but Eldon delivering the nail into the coffin with 4:26 left, leading by 16 points, and they're going to improve to 5-4 on the season.
And they have a 14-point lead, or 16-point lead, so they still have the plus 13, Mr. Holtz.
Indeed.
So they still have a chance of hosting a 1st-round playoff game.
Right, and you know what I'd like to see here? Tam's had such a great night defensively. Why don't you throw one to him in the end zone? Give him a chance to score.
Yes, sir.
Brandt, the give to Ethan Wood. He'll be taken down by his own guy, it looked like.
I'm telling you, these guys are throwing some elbows and whatnot out here.
So after tonight's game, we'll have a condensed version of our Above and Beyond Roofing post-game show, so stay tuned for that.
Shall I say Campbell's Soup post-game show? You're not following me, are you? condensed soup, brother.
Oh, I get it. I get you. I was thinking my heart.
I know. I throw you for a loop occasionally.
Ethan Wood on the carry for the Mustangs, stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Going to bring up 3rd down now.
Yeah, pay no attention to me. I'm just here entertaining myself.
Man, I'll tell you, it was a good start for the Indians tonight defensively. They had their opportunities tonight, but 6 big turnovers and 0 takeaways. Oh, wait, they did have the DePay interception just moments ago, so 6-1 in the turnover margin. You're not typically going to come out on top when the stat line looks like that in the turnover department. So Dallas Hardy with a carry. Nice work. He's up close to the 1st down marker, about a yard shy, as Eldon has it inside the Crown Power and Equipment red zone. Your Case IH red zone alert has the Mustangs facing a 4th and 2 at the 13-yard line. And Osage, they have to burn their 2nd timeout of the half, or is that their 1st timeout?
2nd one.
Okay, so their 2nd timeout, leaving them with just 1 and 3:02 left. So if they can get a stop here, very, very slim chance still alive.
I think if they stop them here, they're winning the game.
So your trivia question tonight, it's time for your Lake TV touchdown ticket trivia giveaway. When's the last time both the Eldon Mustangs and Osage Indians finished the regular season under 500? Eldon with a win tonight, they're going to finish the regular season 5-4. Osage looks to finish 2-7. So Osage the only team this year. But when's the last time, I can't remember, Dave, that both Eldon and Osage finished the regular season under 500? Now, if you think you have the correct answer, message the Lake TV Facebook page. Commenting on the feed is not going to do it. Message the Lake TV Facebook page, and everybody that comments the correct answer or message us the correct answer is entered into a random drawing. One lucky winner is going to take home 4 all-day surfer passes to Big Surf Water Park for the 2019 season, and that's a $160 value. So good luck to everyone watching. If you think you know, make sure you hop over to Lake TV's Facebook page and message us. And meanwhile, Mason Clark for the Indians gifted the Mustangs a 1st down, and that's going to do it because that's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Your Case IH red zone alert. And Eldon, they did enough tonight to walk away victorious. As Brandt now trying to get outside, and Sutherland takes him down and keeps running, and Sutherland going to be thrown down, and rightfully so. He just kept going after Brandt over there on the Eldon sideline after the play was over, and Brandt just moved out of the way and let Sutherland let his momentum take him right to the ground. Back to the Lake TV Facebook page. While you're there, get used to being there because tomorrow we'll have exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 3. They take their next level as the new hot thing in combat sports, and our own Sam Shoemaker from Gravois Mills, Missouri, Versailles Tigers graduate. He was a big-time baseball player there. He's fighting for the first ever heavyweight championship title against Arnold Adams. All the action gets started, 11 fights on that card. They get kicked off at about 6 o'clock tomorrow, so stay tuned. Starting as early as 1 or 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, we'll have exclusive Facebook Live stuff with Sam leading up to that fight and much more coverage around that.
Looking forward to that. It's going to be an awesome night.
Should be indeed. Now 3rd and goal from the 9 now with 2:15 left. Brandt under center. It's going to be play action. He's trying to get outside, and
he's got that ball way outside.
Drew Edwards had him, and Brandt very nearly reaches out and scores. He takes it down to the 2. He was trying for his 4th touchdown of the night. He's going to bring up 4th and goal, and looks like Eldon going to be content to make it a 3-score game as they bring their place kicker out onto the field. And I've been impressed what I've seen from the foreign exchange student, the junior, Julian Kwanzi.
Do we have any idea where he's from?
I believe it was Germany or Berlin.
Well, Berlin is in Germany.
So I think it's got to be Germany.
Yeah.
And that one is up. And it's good. So Julian Kwasny The junior foreign exchange student puts Eldon out in front by 19 points, and with 2 minutes to go, Eldon in control of this one by the score of 31-12. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
John Kane with Eldon Furniture. It's October, and the colors of the season are in full swing. Now's the perfect time to bring those new styles and colors into your home. Eldon Furniture has an attractive selection of furniture, a variety of great patterns of flooring, cozy new bedding sets, and the perfect blinds by Hunter Douglas. We've been serving families for over 70 years, and we look forward to serving you. Follow us on Facebook, visit us online, or in our comfortable showroom in downtown Eldon.
Welcome back to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football on Lake TV. Here, big shout out to all of our sponsors making tonight's broadcast possible. Como Connect, Quick Car, home of the Unlimited Car Wash Club, Above and Beyond Roofing, Ozark Homes, Eris's Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Tim Caesar Law Offices, Crown Power and Equipment, Paint Doctors, the WH Media Group. Chances are in the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Picks. Folks, we could not bring you live high school football without the generous support of our sponsors, so make sure you let them know how much you enjoy watching live high school football here on Lake TV. In Sutherland in deep trouble inside his 10, and Caden Dillon finishes him off at the 13-yard line. Your score 31-12 with 1:50 left in the ball game. Do want to give a shout out as the all-conference baseball awards of softball awards have come out for the Ozark Conference, and there are numerous Camdenton Lakers represented, including the Coach of the Year. Congrats to Tyler Dinsdale, and the Pitcher of the Year, Haley Ferris. So Camdenton, well represented, and of course you couldn't mention the Camdenton Lakers without mentioning the newest inductee to the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, former Camdenton Laker, Jason Whittle. He was a New York Giant, he was a Minnesota Viking, he was a Buffalo Bill, he was also a Missouri State Bear, but most importantly, he wore the purple and gold. He was a Camdenton Laker. And Jason, from the bottom of our hearts, from the entire crew here at Lake TV, and on behalf of the Lake of the Ozarks, we applaud you and thank you for the example you've set for all men and women, especially myself here at Lake of the Ozarks. Jason, you're a class act, and we are very, very happy for you and your family, as it couldn't have gone to a more deserving candidate. DePay now under pressure, trying to get outside. He will. Nice run by DePay, who's still fighting. He has about 7 or 8 as he takes it across the 45 up to about the 48-yard line. David, I keep seeing these markers on the sideline, these orange, and I keep thinking I'm seeing a flag lying there. I know they're orange, but I keep thinking, oh, I missed a flag close to the sideline.
Well, the flags are yellow.
Yellow,
Are we
orange.
colorblind, Will?
Oh, my.
Are we
Might be.
colorblind, boy?
I could be. I can't see what color your eyes are, but I do know you're foolish. No. So with 1:19 left, Dalton DePay out of the gun. Looking for Havner and skips it into him, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Pass intended for Havner is incomplete.
And Osage just never really found their rhythm tonight. And Dave, we're really accustomed to seeing that this year from Coach Devin Johnson's squad. We're not accustomed to seeing that from Coach Johnson's squads over the years, especially here at Osage, but never really could find their rhythm. Maybe they'll get going next week in the district playoffs. Of course, not sure where they'll be at. It won't be here in Eldon. They do have a chance, but I don't think St. James was supposed to lose tonight. DePay looking deep as his man, and right through the hands of Garrett Sutherland, who could have made that play.
Well, it would have been out of bounds, but no.
No, he would have been able to he had a foot down. He just was really nonchalant about it and didn't haul it in. I mean, well, I guess I don't know for sure because I'm not down there, but when he reached out, it looked like he still had a foot planted in bounds. So, nonetheless, it's 4th and 3, a minute 08 left in the game. It's 12-31. Eldon already sealed their fate tonight. DePay on the quarterback keeper on 4th and 3 inside the 45 as he makes it all the way down to the 44-yard line, which is inside Mustang territory. Give him 9 yards and a first down as Brant made the stop for Eldon. Folks, after the conclusion of tonight's ball game, don't go anywhere. It's your Above and Beyond Roofing postgame show. DePay had Sutherland wide open. He breaks an ankle trying to get outside, and he will, and Havner.
Oh, you knew that was
and
coming.
no reason for Luke Havner to come in and lay that hit. That's just
that was
frustration.
Perfect, like.
I mean, DePay was clearly going out of bounds. He has his 20-yard gain, and Havner, an ill-advised hit. No reason to do that.
We've got a final in the Versailles game. Versailles 29, Hallsville 34.
So Versailles finishes the regular season 5-4, good enough for 4th in the conference. They're going to host next week in Versailles. Of course, Lake TV's coverage of live high school football continues into the district playoffs, and we find ourselves at Audrey J. Walton Sports Complex. A week from tonight, we'll get the action started with the pregame show powered by Como Connect at 6:40. Dave, and that was a high-scoring game, and Versailles unable to pull it off, but they already knew they would be playing at home next week. Looking for Drew Edwards, and it's going to fall incomplete as he just couldn't haul it in. Nice throw from Dalton DePay, and he's shaken up. He took a big hit. So while they tend to Edwards, we're going to take a short commercial break. Folks, when we come back, we'll have the conclusion of this one, and that'll be followed by the post-game show presented by Above and Beyond Roofing.
This Lake TV Sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Eris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Picks.
And we're back here, Lake TV. Looks like Drew Edwards is walking it off for the Osage Indians. Appears he just might have got the wind knocked out of him. Hope he's okay. Here we go, 2nd down and 5, 39 seconds to go. Hutchcraft on the carry, down at the 25-yard line.
James Hutchcraft on the carry. First down and 10 for Osage at the Eldon 26-yard line.
So Osage still with the ball. 30 seconds to go in the game. We're going to see any DePay magic here before the final bell rings. Hutchcraft, right side. 20, 15, 10. Down at the 10-yard line.
On the carry by Colin Tam.
So, on the 11-yard line.
1st and 10 for Osage.
1st down and 10.
At the Mustang 12-yard line.
Clock is running. 10 seconds to go. DePay the snap. Off to Hutchcraft. Minimal gain. That'll be the end of the game, folks. With your final here at Osage. 31 Eldon Mustangs, Osage Indians 12. And do we have a call? So looks like there's some debate here. Timeout.
Osage.
So there should be 2.5 left on the clock after that timeout. Coach Johnson's going out to talk to his squad. Guess trying to squeeze out one more touchdown here. And, oh, yes, here we go. Wild Bill, Big Dave broadcast team. Little Bear, Ricky Crawfish Smith. Still looking for that crawfish from Eldon. Brendan. And you get a good shot of Coach Johnson's shorts there. It is a little chilly tonight, folks. I think he's about the only one here wearing said shorts. Okay, he got the play in. Let's see if Osage can put it in the end zone. 0.3 seconds to go. Dupay in the shotgun. Hutchcraft to his left. Dupay rolls to his left. Shakes the defender. Throws the ball. Tipped away by the Eldon Mustangs. That's going to do it, I believe. That's it. Eldon 31, School of the Osage 12. So we'll be back in a few moments with your post-game show and an interview with our player of the game after this.
It's quick. It's easy. It's professional. Every time. There's no feeling in the world like a clean car. Quick Car's Unlimited Wash Club features unlimited washes for $22 a month. Plus, with every full-service oil change at Quick Car Lube and Tune, you'll get an interior clean for only $7. The Quick Car Unlimited Wash Club. Quick, easy, and professional. Every time. Now with expanded hours in Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Once upon a time, it was just me, Marge, and the internet.
But then came Manny and Marky, Margaret, Midge, Marcy.
Marcy, then Midge.
Oh, yes. And then Mikey, Miley, and finally, little Marie.
That's when we noticed things started to slow down.
You mean the internet?
Yeah, the internet started to slow down because we were all connecting devices.
I'm pregnant.
We need a faster internet.
Get up to 1 gig internet from Como Connect. Enough bandwidth to power all your family's devices. It doesn't get any better.
It's quick. It's easy. It's professional. Every time. There's no feeling in the world like a clean car. Quick Car's Unlimited Wash Club features unlimited washes for $22 a month. Plus, with every full-service oil change at Quick Car Lube and Tune, you'll get an interior clean for only $7. The Quick Car Unlimited Wash Club. Quick, easy, and professional. Every time. Now with expanded hours in Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Hard work gets the job done. Superior performance lets you do more. Crown Power proudly sells Kubota's full line of equipment, giving you everything you need to fit your lifestyle. Ready to take off? Drive Kubota's new UTV Sidekick. Engineered for work, geared for fun. This high-performance, quiet crossover utility vehicle will get you there faster with a perfectly smooth ride. Crown. Passion, power, performance. Serving you at 8 Missouri locations.
My father, Eris Pardalis, grew up in Greece. When he arrived here 50 years ago, he brought with him a taste of his childhood, a delicacy he would introduce to Missouri that brought joy to the taste buds of America. Pizza. Pizza so perfect, it could only have the Eris name. Eris's Pizza. We've been building communities around delicious food since 1961 and making friends for life.
John Kane with Eldon Furniture. It's October and the colors of the season are in full swing. Now's the perfect time to bring those new styles and colors into your home. Eldon Furniture has an attractive selection of furniture, a variety of great patterns of flooring, cozy new bedding sets, and the perfect blinds by Hunter Douglas. We've been serving families for over 70 years and we look forward to serving you. Follow us on Facebook, visit us online, or in our comfortable showroom in downtown Eldon.
If you can dream it, we can build it. Ozark Homes. Family owned and operated for more than 30 years, Ozark Homes has provided beautiful modular homes to the residents of mid-Missouri. Don't just settle for what's out there. Get exactly what you want. We take your ideas with the features you've always wanted to create your dream home. Call us today for a tour of these great-looking homes. Visit us online at ozarkhomes.com to view some of the beautiful homes we've already got waiting for you.
And remember, if you can dream it, we can build it.
It's time for the Above and Beyond Roofing post-game show. Back to William and Dave.
And we're back here on Lake TV with our Above and Beyond Roofing post-game show, and it's time to introduce our player of the game, Colin Tam. 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and no better team to do it against, man.
Yeah, thanks. Had a great game, great team win. We were working really hard this week, prepared for everything.
You guys were able to come away with 6 big takeaways against this tough team. You had 3 of those. How'd you do it, man?
Every day we work on stripping the ball out. We always work on turnover circuit. It's brutal, but it works out for us.
Got a little chippy there. How are you guys able to keep your head and make sure you guys get out of here healthy?
We're just focused on the win. We're not worried about the score or anything. We just want to win the game, not worried about them.
I know you guys went through a tough stretch there for a little bit, but you get back on track going into district playoffs. Where do you guys think you guys stand headed in the playoffs?
I feel like we're doing really well. We're on a good track. I feel like we're going to make a run.
All right, man. Hey, good luck the rest of the way. Great game tonight. Go get him, brother.
Thanks.
That's tonight's player of the game, Colin Tam. We're going to bring him right in now. Tonight's victorious head coach of the Eldon Mustangs, Chad Holton. Coach, you talked about you felt like you had a chance. You guys played very well tonight.
Yeah, we did. It was a complete team effort. Had a couple guys go down, had some young guys step up, and defense was outstanding, forcing turnovers tonight. So it was a complete team game finally.
And you knew I'm going to ask. I knew you were without Logan Hall and also Isaiah Parsons. What's their status?
We don't know. They're playing it right now, day-to-day type thing. We got to get some x-rays on them, but I think they're going to be okay.
Looked like Ethan Wood, the freshman, came in, did a really nice job spelling those 2.
Yeah, he did. Ethan's worked extremely hard, and that paid off right there for him. He's been with us all summer, and he's one of the hardest workers in the weight room. That's when it shows on Friday nights.
Coach, you guys did a lot of things right tonight. Anything in particular stand out to you about your ball club?
Well, the defense played outstanding for us. Forcing those turnovers, that's a momentum, and in high school, that's what it's all about.
Coach, I know all wins are very, very sweet, especially this late in the year, but you really love to beat these Osage Indians on their home turf.
Yeah, it's always nice to beat your rival. There's no doubt about that, but more importantly, it's better to be heading into Week 10 healthy and strong and playing well. So.
All right, Coach, we're praying for both your guys. Hope you guys get healthy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot, Will.
That's Eldon head coach Chad Holt. We'll be right back on the Above and Beyond Roofing postgame show after this.
This Lake TV Sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Eris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Pics.
And we're back here on the Above and Beyond Roofing post-game show here on Lake TV. And it was the Eldon Mustangs who finished the Eldon Mustangs finished the Osage Indians tonight by a score of 31-12. They were able to force 6 turnovers. Colin Tam, 3 takeaways, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, was tonight's player of the game. Dawson Brandt also had a big game. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground, and it was really the Mustangs from the get-go. Eldon finishes the regular season at 5-4. They know they've got a playoff game next week. We're not sure where it's at. For the Osage Indians, they fall to 2-7, and it's going to be a tough first-round matchup as they'll be on the road, but it was a good game here. And our regular season coverage of live high school football concludes after tonight, but that doesn't mean we don't have playoff football for you. And like I said earlier, tomorrow, make sure you guys are tuning in to Lake TV's Facebook page as we head down to Biloxi, Mississippi to cover our very own Sam Shoemaker, who is set to make history. It's the first ever heavyweight title match with the belt on the line for bare knuckle on American soil. Never been done before. We'll have behind-the-scenes coverage, interviews, all of that on Lake TV's Facebook page, so make sure you tune into that. On behalf of our entire crew, all of our sponsors, thank you guys for watching, and don't miss next week's playoff coverage. We'll be in Versailles for the Versailles Tigers. They play host in the first round of the playoffs. We'll get kicked off with the pregame show powered by Como Connect at 6:40 with kickoff set for 7. Folks, that's going to do it for tonight's postgame show. Brought to you by Above and Beyond Roofing. Like I said, for our entire crew, for all of our sponsors, I'm William Holtz. Thanks for watching. Until next time, good night and God bless.
This Lake TV Sports presentation is made possible by Como Connect, Quick Car, Ozark Homes, Above and Beyond Roofing, Eldon Furniture, Sacaleras Ford of Versailles, Chevy's Bar and Grill and Pizzeria, Crown Power and Equipment, Eris Pizza, Big Surf Water Park, the WH Media Group, Chances Are, Paint Doctors, Tim Caesar Law Offices, and the official photographer of high school football on Lake TV, Corolla Pics.